world forged in blood, but torn by tragedy. In a time before gods were merely legends, there is a tale of a group of unlikely heroes who changed everything. They conquered their fears and the fears of God to save us all. This is their story.
Hello! Hey. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Constructed Chaos, where we run a D&D live stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Today is Wednesday, and it also happens to be our DM's birthday! Yay! Happy birthday to this guy over there, where I'm pointing. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're having a great Wednesday, and I hope that your beards are looking amazing with some Tabletop Beard products. They have sponsored yet another stream for us today. We're checking out the Wizard Oil, which smells like tobacco and spices. Really, it smells like, to me, smart. If you want to smell smart, this is what you need right here. If you want other people to think you have an IQ that would rival the chick on Queen's Gambit, the Queen, I guess, I don't know, then you need some of this stuff right here. Let's run an ad for them real quick while I put some of this on, and I sound smart. Smell smart. And while we were away, Grim Reaper is in the chat, living up to his namesake, his reputation as probably the #1 gifter. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I have already added your chaos points. I'm on top of it because I'm not running the session. But if you guys didn't see already, you can use code chaos20 at checkout at the link below in the description on Tabletop Beard's website whenever you get some amazing beard products for yourself to get 20% off. With all that said, do also check out our friends at Darkport. Their logo is nice and big and pretty up at the top here. They are our good friends over yonder that just finished another stint of their campaign. They'll be back in April, but that'll give you plenty of time to catch up on all the amazing antics in their D&D campaign. Theirs is much more grounded and real and gritty, and I love it. And you will also often find me in their chat. So, if you're itching for more D&D, go check them out, and maybe check us out next week for a special surprise that I won't spoil. Oh, he says.
Why don't we just not do this? Why don't we just not do this and then go to the surprise?
No.
And hit the button, Sam.
It's not ready.
No.
It's not ready.
Okay. But yeah, no. So we are here. We are in the Pokemon world of Honato today. And last we left off, Zircon had a glow up and is now a Matang after beating Papa Metagross. Not necessarily fully beating, but you impressed your dad, and you don't know whether to be... Presnick doesn't know whether to be unsettled or proud, or both.
Presnick's proud, but also fucking hates that he impressed his dad. That's not good. We don't like that.
Yes, there's definitely a look of recognition and excitement there from Ramon Welber. You also, guys, you met Lucky last session, skulking and talking about the shadow government, which you gathered might be the Shade, but who really knows what he's talking about?
Oh no, we know. Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, the Shade is the shadow
government.
Then you decided to enact your plans that you had come up with Mugen as he went to Breakaway Beach to commune with his father. You all went north to seek the help of the mountain nomads, receiving not necessarily a bad welcome, but just a very cold, largely indifferent welcome from the chief, Kavan. They doesn't really seem to care what you do, but he's not helping. Is kind of the direction you got as the sun was setting, and he said you're more than welcome to set up camp in their little village, and then you guys begin to do so, and that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
So what are y'all doing?
Well, I can tell you that Presnick is definitely after seeing likely Metagross and probably also Matang all his life, he's actually like kind of approaching Zircon trepidatiously. He's like, I'd like to try something. If just give me a moment. As he like climbs on top of Zircon and tries to ride him like a surfboard a little bit. Does this work?
Give me a either Dex or Strength from Zircon.
Okay.
And an Acrobatics from Presnick. So either Athletics or Acrobatics from Zircon, but 100% Acrobatics from Presnick.
It is the same. Okay, 18 for Zircon, and that's Acrobatics.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then, oh man, I'm a scientist, so I'm so good at both of these things.
I mean, the DC's relatively
12.
So for these kind of checks, I'll peel back the curtain for those at home of how I like to do these. When it's like two people kind of working towards something, I'll set a DC and I need both numbers to equal it.
Okay.
And you needed 30.
Oh.
And you got exactly 30.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what the first number was.
18 plus 12 is 30. So you climb up. You're a little weary at first. And Zircon goes to brace you, but then he starts to go off balance and thinks better of it. And instead plants his hands on the ground to stabilize while you kind of situate yourself. And then he slowly picks his hands up. And his quick on his hands thinking is what allowed you to stabilize.
Zircon, buddy, I think this trick will come in handy at some point.
And he's just like, I can't move, so I don't know how helpful.
I'll just like fall out of his way.
I'll get down. You've been through enough today.
It has been a few days since you fought your dad. It was a couple days travel to get here, but yeah.
He was like,
He was the one that you sent in to make first contact with the nomad, so he might be a little anxious after that.
Forgot about that.
But yeah. So, I mean, you're able to float on him, and I'll say that if you were to try that again in the future, DC will definitely be lower.
Nice.
You may have some movement, the more you work on that.
Presnick, you can surf on him now.
That's badass.
It's something I've seen others do, and I thought we might put this new gift to best use.
Do a kickflip.
I don't want to kick him.
No, he kicks you and you flip.
Yeah. As long as we keep him away from your dad, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
So you guys setting up camp on the outskirts. I mean, you probably have like about an hour of daylight left.
Okay.
But as you know, traveling through the desert and this the area that you are, it gets cold quite quick at night.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm definitely working on setting up camp. I don't know what sort of supplies I might have for that. Probably not much.
We haven't officially
I'll start
set it at any point ever, but I play it like normal like D&D. Like you guys, you guys got like a tent or as long, you guys don't have like a big tent, but you can have like a single person tent and or a sleeping bag or both if you really.
And we have Charmander. He can make a fire.
You said it gets really cold really fast in this region?
We had like deserts, like they
desert.
don't have anything to hold the heat in, so as soon as the sun goes down.
Right.
Grayson, it might be a good idea to have Elma and what's your Diglett's nickname?
Just Diglett.
No, just Diglett.
Caleb doesn't nickname his Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sorry, I'm confusing
I
Mudkip
have
with
been playing
Bloodkip.
Pokemon since Pokemon Crystal, and I have nicknamed maybe 5 Pokemon
I'm the same
in my
way.
entire life.
I didn't do it until I tried a Nuzlocke for the first time, and now I'm hooked. I have to
that's
nickname them. But it might be a good idea for us to use Elma and Diglett to maybe dig out a small hole for us to sleep in. It'll be better insulated, keep us warm in the
Oh,
weather.
that would be a good idea, Presnick. Okay, Mudkip can help as well. He does know Dig and Rock Smash, so
Excellent. I'll
Sweet.
let out Elmer and instruct them to do that.
To do that.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all both give me a survival check from whichever your Pokemon that are helping. And then you two. So while they're doing this, I'm assuming you guys are just kind of like, looks good.
Yeah.
So give me some perception checks.
they are both 0.
Oh, yeah. 17.
Dude, roll
Plus
well.
0 for a
those good rolls out now.
17.
So this says yeet.
That's
a 20.
20.
That's a net 20. Yeah.
All right.
says yeet
I rolled
Yeah.
a yeet.
Yeah. I think the nat 1 says fuck. So,
Yeah.
I got a 1.
you are really into this hole that they're digging. You're like, this is amazing. This technology. What is this?
I've never seen a shovel before.
I'd like to say I'm hanging out with Sudowoodo and I'm just teaching him to like just stay vigilant but like be inconspicuous. So use his like natural like disguise prowess to be able to like keep a lookout, right?
Yeah.
Can we show chat your Sudowoodo mini?
Yeah. This is my Sudowoodo. We haven't mounted him yet.
For anyone in chat that can't see, it is literally just a stick.
Oh, look, do that. Yeah, you gotta be like
No,
with
it's
those
a
makeup
Sudowoodo.
It is a Sudowoodo. Contrary
It's
to
really
popular
hard to
belief.
tell, but
Yeah,
that is
when you get close, the light's not there.
Yeah.
It is literally a Sudowoodo.
Okay, and what'd
Hell yeah.
you roll for your?
Diglett got an 18. Mudkip got a 10.
Okay, yeah. So fittingly, Diglett and Elmer are beings of the earth. Mudkip not quite yet.
Yeah, no, he's figuring it out.
And he might be helping with water to help the walls be more compacted, as it is kind of desertous and loose dirt.
Sweet.
And you guys are able to make a spot where all 4 of you, plus 1 or 2 of your Pokemon, if you want to have them out, can be sleeping comfortably. And you, with your nat 20, while you're teaching Sudowoodo, you completely don't really care at all about this hole. You're like, I'll sleep in a tent, I'll sleep wherever. Me and Sudowoodo stand all night long and practice if we need to. And quite fitting, as you're standing there, very inconspicuous, maybe a little ways off from the camp, try not to draw any attention to yourself, to better practice your stealth. You see this young girl go into Kavan's tent, and you're close enough to kind of hear some of the talking, not the whole conversation, but you're able to make out, why do I have to? But you know it tomorrow. Yes. And, you hear back from Kavan's side, a chief must do what is needed. Yes, okay. And then she leaves the tent, and you see fly out of the top of the tent a large orange and red feathered creature. As it and swoops off and out to the east.
Sure.
As you and Sudowoodo are just like, you're like, it's working.
It's a home.
And like, you might even be like right next to the entrance to the tent.
Right.
And this girl walks out. She looks to be young, maybe like 11, 12, preteen kind of age. She walks out of the tent, looks left and right, looks towards your friends, and starts walking that way.
Okay. Gotcha.
As you're just
I like to imagine I also have like leaves and bushes, and I'm trying to learn from him as he's trying to learn from me.
Yeah.
you're both comparing notes. Like, oh, it was really good when I stood with my arm just slightly higher than the other one.
right?
Oh, 47 degrees,
right.
not
More
45.
organic,
Yeah.
right? Not so stiff.
And you see this girl stop probably about 40 feet out from where y'all camp is, and just kind of sit down and just looking at the camp.
Gotcha.
And she's got next to her a little chompy boy. Little bipedal creature with a tail and like teeth.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is it not a gibble?
You would know that.
No, it's definitely a shaman. Come on.
A shaman?
A shaman. Yeah. Oh, shaman. Yeah, okay. I've never thought about it like that. Okay.
It's also shaman's a quadruped.
Yeah. But that's what it is.
It's bipedal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like
Anyway, so do with that information with you will. You guys are able to set up your camp. You guys sleeping, taking watches. You don't care because you're in a town.
I'll take a first watch with Zircon.
Sure. I'll come back and I'll relay what I just saw to everybody.
You could probably even point her out, like I said, she's just sitting kind of out.
Right, yeah. So you see this, we were standing watch and I saw this girl. She was hanging around the chief's tent and I overheard something about the chief doing what must be done. And it's apparently something's going down tomorrow from what I understand. So also, are you guys, any of you familiar with a large orange and yellow feathered Pokemon type thing?
A Ho-Oh.
oh, Moltres, right. Yeah, we've met them before.
A Ho-Oh or a Moltres? Or
It's-
and a Moltres?
Could be both.
You would know it as the Duke of Drought. You don't know what a Moltres is.
Perhaps one is hiding in the other shadow.
Additional information, it does have some blue feathers on its head.
Okay. I'm even more lost now.
A Moltres
Ho-Oh.
with a hat.
Could I do a kind of like history check based on his description?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Got a 14.
You are
I actually do know what
familiar
I have no
with this
idea.
creature. You may not know it by name, but you can kind of remember that it has, oddly for a creature of flight, it has an affinity for like earth and rocks and stuff too.
Interesting.
Okay.
But a name doesn't quite come to you, but you do know you've probably maybe even seen it like breaking open some rocks or throwing some rocks when defending itself.
Okay.
It's an Archeops.
Not quite
Oh,
sure
the
what the heck it was,
pre-evolution.
but it was pretty big.
Yeah.
Do we just we're going to keep naming things at you.
until I give a response.
Until we get a
Do I know if
legendary.
that's what it is?
Give me a history check.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yours is lower because your check needed is lower because your history. You're a Pokemon
Do I get to
researcher.
use my research tools for this?
Sure.
Do I get to add
Yeah.
5 for no reason?
The old Pokedex.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
No,
Rolled a
17.
6.
Because you had,
You cooperate, and you're like, I have heard of flying creatures that do use rocks, but what were their names? And you're flipping, and you can't seem to find where he's. I mean, you guys know, but
Regardless of what it was big, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm not looking to mess with this chief. He's seems a little scary. So
You've done some excellent reconnaissance. Have you tried talking to the girl over there?
no, I haven't. I suppose I could go
Hello?
say hi.
She waved back.
she nods and picks up a hand.
might I ask why you're just watching us from afar?
She'll look around. She'll stand up, and she'll say, "Come on, Tyrant," and she'll she'll walk over toward you guys, and she's kind of holding herself a little bit proud, especially for like a little kid. And then Tyrant similarly is like, he's not like, he's just like, he's very like regal and
Regal's a good word. I was gonna. Yeah.
He's very poised.
yes. As they approach, and she says, "Excuse me, I did not mean, I did not mean to any offense or anything. I am Kuva."
Oh,
She'll
untaken.
the customary greeting. I'm here just to make sure that the outsiders, you all, do not break anything.
I'm looking around and like all the dirt and rocks that are just
All
surrounded.
disturbed.
I think everything's gonna be quite all right.
Yeah, I don't really think there's anything to break necessarily. And no offense was taken, just was curious as why all of a sudden someone was
Yes.
watching from afar.
Is tomorrow a special day for you all?
Gosh, same exact thing. Okay. Yes, for some of us. It is a trial, a rite ceremony for many of us. Myself and 11 other of our tribe members.
Sounds exciting. I'm sure you're glad to participate in that. Is that something you look forward to?
Very much so.
What's the occasion?
We are here. We come here every few months, and the children who are ready partake in the tribal ceremony, in the rite of passage,
So it's like a
where we
coming
will
of
be
age.
marked by
You're going
the
up the
gods.
mountain.
Yes, we'll be marked by the gods. It is a trial. Some of us are hoping for certain things, and some are not. Some are just because it is a way of life.
Maybe the kids will keep us safe up the mountain.
Oh, you're planning to go up the mountain?
Oh,
Not sure yet.
Are you all chiefs?
Something like that.
You can-
Yes.
Give me a deception check.
No, my parents are kind of like chiefs. So, chief in training,
Got a
if you
12.
will. Oh, I will let y'all know we do have a 10 and a 12 and a +2 in the chat.
I am not a
15.
chief, but I do know a god. So,
Oh, you have met the gods. You have been up to the top.
not these ones. There's others.
And if you're all not chiefs, then why do you have so many partner Pokemon?
We're
built different.
certain privileges come along with attempting to save the world.
Oh. For us, it is customary that only the chief will have multiple partners. That is why I hope to be the chief. I hope to get a mark from both the rain and sun god tomorrow.
I see.
Tried to hold it.
What?
Nothing.
Pokemon polygamy.
That's exactly where I was going. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. In my head, when I was like talking about, I'm like, they wouldn't call them just Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
to them, they're more of it's more of a partnership.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
but if I talk about partners, I'm like, they're gonna say that. So I'm like, I made a note to try and say partner Pokemon every time I said it. I guess I am.
Grow up.
Yes.
I will not.
Oh, okay. Well, if you are going to the top of the mountain, it might. I do not know what is expected. Kavan said you're allowed to go tomorrow.
Yes, I believe that was the agreement. And Chief Kavan, much respect upon his name. He didn't really put up much resistance in doing so. If we are trampling over some sacred rite, I would much rather be sure that we have everyone's permission in doing this.
Weren't we going? Wasn't there another place?
He basically kind of gave you two options. You guys were like
It was up the mountain in the ruins.
to the east. A few
And
days.
that's
to
where
the east.
old girl went.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then perhaps we could
Okay.
go up the mountain on a different day, if
But unless
we're going to impede you. in
I
any
do
way.
not see any reason why not. I would just be curious if you are partaking in the trial. You seem a little bit old.
it does seem like it's an occasion.
I mean, we haven't done the trial before.
What happens if you fail a trial?
Typically, a rescue group of members will go out looking for you if you do not come back within 4 days. It is customary to take 3 days journey to get to the top.
Weren't we considering possibly not taking the trial and speaking with a other associate? Did we decide on taking the trial?
I don't know.
But and I'll turn to her. I am a chief, though.
he is.
Mm-hmm.
She'll look at the pot on your head and go, "Okay." The rest of you know she doesn't believe him.
Yeah.
You think she does.
I'm satisfied.
Just like under your breath.
She goes,
Chief.
okay. And I'm like,
Chief, yes.
we're on the same page. Yeah. No, so I So we do have the two options of either going up the mountain
We're going to the ruins.
or going to the ruins where...
Are you guys openly talking about this in front of her?
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to know what.
The chief is
benefit
the
would
one
it
that
be?
told us.
What benefit would it be to us to partake in a trial, like, as outsiders?
That's
Is there
kind of where
anything
I'm
we
going with this
really-
as well.
Would your gods even want to talk to us? Would they even acknowledge
You're-
our existence?
They might for you and maybe you, but of clan members, maybe not.
I could see the clan both enjoying and disliking a group of strangers walking up a mountain with their children.
Right. That is a good point.
If Kavan said you are allowed to travel up, you are, but to travel to the top and to partake in the trial are two different things.
What do you know of the trial that you're allowed to speak with us about?
When a person comes of age, and
They go up
or
the
when
mountain.
when the tribe is based at the bottom of the mountain, we and if you are of age and have not received any marks from the gods, you will partake in the trial. You and your partner Pokemon.
Oh, yo, that sounds kind of cool.
I'm, if we would be allowed to participate, I would be perfectly happy to see what all the trial is about.
Ooh, that's a question for Kavan.
Hmm.
In the morning, at first light, you can ask him. That is, we will be heading out just after first light. The rest of us trial goers.
Understood.
Be sure to wake up early then.
I would enjoy a nice hike.
Did you mention something about the ruins?
I didn't think so.
Yeah,
We did.
They did.
It wasn't me.
As the chief, no. Yeah, we had...
And a
We-
person there,
Yes, a woman.
Corouge?
Maybe. What does she look like?
No, I don't know her as that. Was she out recently traveling?
She's the seer.
So,
She recently passed through on her way to the ruins.
Do you know why she's going to the ruins?
I do not believe even Kavan knows.
now, I'm a chief, and I know what a seer is. But for everyone else here who isn't a chief, could you maybe tell them what a seer is?
I do not know myself. She is the seer. We have not had others of her kind.
I knew that.
I can't get past that. What was her name again?
Corouge.
Thank you.
Koruj. I also realized, and
Yeah, y'all are brothers.
well, no, but
Spelling
I
names all
also,
crazy and shit.
I promise people in this village have names that don't start with K.
Oh my god!
You guys have just literally met the only three.
We are in the Kardashian mansion right now.
I'd like to speak to Villager 13.
Are you looking for like other villagers to like talk to? No. Okay.
Not
I'm
at the moment. No.
looking into the sky for UFPs.
Unidentified flying Pokemon.
Tater Tot's just gonna be like orbiting.
What is that?
His head.
She'll say, "Well, if nothing else, I will leave you to your rest. I will be over there." And she goes back and sits and just stares at you guys, unless you stop her to ask her more questions.
Shadow Bandit, right?
Smoke.
Thank that.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Smoky.
I knew something was wrong. Okay. So
I gave everybody like multiple names in this campaign.
I don't know what you all would like to do. I personally don't
Tabletop.
see a preference or a reason to climb the mountain with the other children. We're also
Justin.
children. We are not old. How rude of her.
Yeah, that was an out-of-pocket comment.
I mean,
Y'all are to clarify because we've talked about this a few times. Y'all are like young adults, late
No,
teens,
yeah,
early
yeah,
20s. Yeah.
oh.
yeah, I'm not letting go of my childhood.
Does one of us look significantly older than the others?
Give me a perception check.
Oh.
There's a 10 and then 12 in the
10.
chat.
Nacho.
What does that mean?
You really, it's hard to tell.
Old as
Especially, no one really has beards, and like, no one would have gray hairs at this point, or really
No
wrinkles,
one
so it's
has
really hard
beards?
to tell who's old or not.
Excuse me.
Oh, you guys might have beards, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm sorry, I meant like gray
I'm
hairs
joking,
in your
I'm joking,
beard
I'm
or
joking.
in your.
I
in your
definitely have a beard, and I definitely use my tabletop beard oil. Code Chaos 20 at checkout.
So,
hair. You have it Pidgey delivered every
Yeah,
week.
exactly. Amen.
so I just think my Halucha Nacho is the oldest.
No, I mean, you maybe if you want to. It's not-
Absolutely, dude. Don't-
That was a joke more than anything. If you want to believe that, you're more
He's
than
the
welcome to.
chief.
I'm his partner.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
No,
I am the Pokemon.
you don't get any colloquialisms at this table. I've learned. So I don't see a reason necessarily to go up. What are we going to talk to the gods about? We're going to get up there and be like, hey, there's a great darkness you guys all have known about for forever that we need your help with.
Yes.
Honestly, that did kind of go over well with the other two.
That's exactly what happened the last time we tried it.
Actually, that's fair. That did, Presnick, that did,
I feel
okay.
like a god would have a better chance of helping save the world than 4 guys walking
That's
around.
fair, but the 2 other gods were like, we need all 3 of us to do anything, which is like, okay, you're a god, okay.
What's what people call gods?
if-
But you met them.
Right.
If y'all have met gods and traveled back in time,
Yes, we've done all of those
did
things.
any of them have something in common? Something we should maybe prepare for when we go to see this one?
They were all really powerful Pokemon.
It sounded a lot like Lucky.
Yeah, they did.
That is weird.
Yeah. Do you have any brothers? Can you cast lightning from your fingertips?
So wasn't a friend of yours a god?
No, the son of one.
The son of a god.
Right.
Right.
A demigod, if you will.
Basically, half. Or quarter. I don't know.
We call him Mugen.
Mugen. So, you never know.
Presnick is now
It's possible.
convinced that Lucky is the god in disguise.
I brought him back. Just
he's here. He's here to test us.
Presnick slowly turns into Kenji.
God, I wish I was that smart.
Sam, do I need to leave?
Quick,
Figured it
retcon
out.
it.
Should I go get my costume? No.
I worked so hard on it.
Part of me can't let go of this smoke bandit being here, especially a seer. So
The seer.
the seer, not right. Capital the seer.
Prefix.
So I'm not sure whether we should split up, if we should all go up the mountain. I would like to talk to her and find out what's going on. And why the Shade really does not like her.
You think she would have more insight into our current predicament?
I would hope that as someone called the capital T seer,
Yeah.
they would hopefully have some insight. Yeah.
I'm impartial either way. I think you guys know more about this growing, impending doom than myself, considering as this was all news to me as of a week ago. So,
I think Grayson brings up a good point. As far as we know, the god doesn't move, but the seer might. Do we lose our opportunity to meet with the god if these nomads disappear while we're gone?
You seem to be very confident that the god will still be here. So yes,
Yeah.
we should do that. We should go to the ruins. I think, if that is what you are telling us to do.
Chief.
Just I think it sounds like the best choice.
yeah, if the window of time is closing on getting in touch with the seer, I think we gotta jump on it.
Well,
I
and
hate
I mean, we
sliding
could
window
also.
problems.
I mean, we could split up. I just typically don't love doing that.
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Yeah.
We've made it this far by the merit of each other's company. I would hate for us to fail now.
Yeah, and the last time we split up, time got all wibbly wobbly.
Oh, that did happen.
Yeah.
unfortunately,
I
it's split up
hated
then.
that.
Yeah, that's fair. That was fun, but it was rough.
Well, I'll keep a lookout and make sure our friend doesn't try anything funny. I don't think they would. But feel free to rest up, and Zircon and I will try out some new tricks.
Okay.
So we head out for the ruins in the morning.
I think that will be the best course of action.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a plan.
I think that's what we should do.
Okay.
Drowsy, you know the drill.
I am practicing my surfing moves until my rest is up.
Okay. Give me another dual check, similar to what we did before. DC's lower.
Good.
You need a 25
12
total.
for Zircon and 15 for me.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you got it. You're able to balance a little bit better. Zircon even starts like hovering around a little bit. His arms are still like he's not throwing off his center of gravity at all, but he's moving around and he's like, okay, we might be able to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. You're able to do that. Give me a perception check too while you're at disadvantage if you're doing that. The
Yeah,
whole
that makes
time.
sense. I wish I hadn't seen that second dice.
Oh no.
It's going to be a 7.
So yeah,
No, we have a 10 and a 12 in the chat.
Then it is going to be...
a 10. No.
I want to take 14. It'll be a 14.
Okay. As you're surfing around, at one point, you remember that you're supposed to be keeping watch, and you kind of glance over to at least the only place you know people to be, and that is Kuva, who is watching you guys. And you see she's still there, and you're like, okay, I gotta make sure to keep kind of checking on her every now and again. You circle the camp. You're looking out towards the wilderness. There's nothing really coming in that way. You even see a few of the tribe members kind of walking and pacing with some of their partner Pokemon, kind of keeping watch over the village from wild Pokemon. And as you circle back around, you notice Kuva is now walking away,
Mm-hmm.
and Kavan is sitting in her place with Drudagon next to him. And that is the end of your watch. If you want to take some time to go do something about that, but
I'll pretty much end my watch there, but I do want to describe what Kuvan sees as he sets in. Presnick is like a kid that just got a hoverboard for Christmas and is learning how to use it in his driveway.
And just going.
Just going in circles.
Hasn't figured out how to go straight.
you try to jump once, you scrape your knee, and you're like, I'm never doing this again.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually Presnick grows weary of his Christmas antics and goes to sleep.
Who are you waking up? Because no one said that they were taking second watch, I don't think.
You know
get
what?
to pick.
I'll wake up Lucky. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
The chief should watch.
the chief should watch. Yeah.
Yes.
Naturally.
So we're like in like a little hole thing.
Yeah, like a little,
Like a
yeah.
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 I'm gonna kind of like hold the pot above my head, but like poke my head out of the hole. So, like, it's like
Just your eyes.
just my eyes looking out, but there's very clearly still like a pot sticking out of the hole. And I'm just gonna like, that's how I'll keep watching, kind of like make a circle around, shimmy around.
You're walking around and stepping over people's heads and feet as you circle. Okay, yeah. Give me a perception check.
Will
Oh,
do.
17.
Thank
Ooh,
you, Grim
really?
Reaper.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
Grim.
17.
19.
Yeah. You also see Kavan sitting where Kuva once did. And after some time, his Archeops flutters over from his tent and lands next to him. And he begins kind of just absentmindedly petting the Archeops as it nestles next to him and starts to sleep. But he's just watching you guys.
Confirmed it's an Archeops.
Yep.
Okay.
And you doing anything else, or just watching for your watch? It's up to you.
No, I think I'll keep it at that.
Yeah.
So with that, your rest has ended. And if you have lost any HP, you can hit the long rest button.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think you guys have been in combat since the last long rest.
I'm gonna hit it anyway.
I want to click it just to do it.
And you remember the thing about the first light. And so just as you're starting to see orange on the horizon, Lucky, Kavan stands up and begins walking towards you as Drudagon follows, and Archaeops wakes up kind of instinctively and flies up ahead and begins kind of circling. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. So, you're to head up the mountain?
Are the others awake?
Yeah, I'm waking up.
Yeah, he's not trying to wake him up, but you're the one awake if you want to wake him up. Yeah.
I think we're still considering it, but we may go up the mountain one day. Maybe not today.
I think we may actually head to the ruins first, just so that we can catch up with the seer, who is there apparently.
Kuva does have quite the mouth on her. I'm afraid what I told you yesterday is not true. She's no longer there.
Where did she
Do I believe him?
Insight check.
I don't feel like I've done very many insight checks in this campaign. 12.
Can I also insight check him?
Yeah.
I have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
Shakes his head no. Ooh, actually, before I know if it succeeds, I think I'm gonna take the 17 in chat and make it a 19.
Okay, yeah, you don't get to take those much. Use your reaction.
I was just about to say it.
Yeah, I'm using my reaction to take it. God,
Those rules
Sam.
apply here too.
Yeah.
So annoying that you
But
would,
only to you.
so annoying that you would impose that restriction upon us, Sam.
Yes. Especially with a 17 for what was it total?
19.
19 total. Yes, he is definitely lying about at least the seer not being at the ruins anymore.
Maybe we should go up the mountain.
I think we feel called to the ruins just simply because out of respect we would hate to intrude upon your rite of passage, your ceremonies being conducted today. After all, we are, as I've been told, too old really for the trial.
And smelly.
Yes, we suck.
I didn't say that.
Personal hygiene has no merit on whether you can partake in the trial.
Ah, yes, but
Neither
age.
does age.
Ah,
Typically, people pass. Typically, our trial goers pass on their first or second attempt, and they are much younger when attempting it. But I must insist that you partake in the trial.
For
Pretty serious.
for my tribe's trial, cleanliness is next to godliness.
I will remember that
For whenever
I
whenever
decide
you
to
take
partake
his
in your
tribe's
trial.
trial.
You're welcome to.
well, I kind of like glance to everyone like nervously.
Guess we're going up.
I suppose we will partake in the trial. After all, we are guests in your land, humble guests, and I may have made a slight mess in your dirt over there.
It is not our dirt. We do not own the land.
I see. Well, I may have messed up God's dirt then. Sorry about that.
You can apologize. You can apologize to them.
We'll be sure to mention it.
There is something you must know about the trial. You are only allowed one partner Pokemon.
So what is this trial? What does it involve if I'm bringing a partner Pokemon?
It is a fairly treacherous journey up the mountain to meet with the gods and receive their favor. And in return, we serve the land.
This trial, is there like a beaten path, a trial trail, if you will, to get there? Or can we go in whatever direction we see fit?
At the start, yes.
But the
Understood.
end goal is to just get to the top.
They
Yes.
only paved it halfway.
It takes our average trial goer about 3 days.
But we have longer legs.
Do.
Yes, and there is nothing against helping one another. Although those who go at it alone and are more resilient typically receive more favor from the gods.
Alone as in the Pokemon or us?
A pair, yourself and your Pokemon. There is no rule against it, as you've been saying. But it is typical, as one is eager to prove themselves as an individual.
So if we want to earn divine brownie points, none of us can help each other. We must do this on our own merit with our partner Pokemon. Is that right?
With a Pokemon, yes.
A Pokemon. Obviously I'll be taking Zircon, but you all are welcome to...
I am much like you. I don't like to put my Pokemon in contraptions that may or may not, do things to the Pokemon while they're in them. We can get into that a different day. But I have
And that we agree on.
Yes. I have a friend, and I would like to make sure that she is safe.
Yes, you are all to leave other Pokemon here.
Oh.
Yes. They will be safe within my tent.
You actively hear Grayson. Well, that is a wonderful proposition that you've laid out for us. So whenever we go, does the whole village lead us to the mountain, us and the children, and then we all embark on our journey there together? Or is it kind of like we start and leave now and go?
Just over there, there will be a ceremony as soon as the sun finishes rising. And all of the trial goers will take off.
Thanks for the 16, Justin. We needed that.
Okay.
I let out Elmer and Lavender because I don't think I can let Shuckle out. Right?
Whoever you would have, you can only have 3.
Yeah. And I'll kneel down for them. Okay. I'm going to leave you with Uncle Kuvan.
Absolutely.
Kuvan?
Absolutely
Kavan.
not.
Kuvan. You be on your best behavior for Uncle Kuvan.
Kavan.
Chief Uncle Kavan. Don't do anything
I
that
am-
might get you into trouble when I get back.
Chief Kavan, the Solid Dragon. I
you-
do not know this uncle title.
It's meant as a term of endearment. It's so they respect you.
In his tribe.
Give me. Are you trying to convince him that it's like a? Give me
Like an
persuasion
honor-
or deception, whichever one you're trying.
I mean,
to
it
do.
is. It's
like an
persuasion.
honor-
I'm telling you.
But yeah, it was. If you want advantage, it's deception. I'm gonna say that. If you want his help, it's deception.
Shit. All right, deception it is. Oh God, that didn't help.
No, you roll at advantage. Oh, well, that was your advantage.
Yeah.
There's still a 10 and a 16.
Can I?
No, I don't think this is that important. A 9.
It is Chief Kavan.
His tribe is
Chief
weird.
Uncle Kavan.
It's like
You are all weird.
well, mine.
You got us there.
Mine has a lot more in common with yours.
Trust this. You partaking in our trial is not something I want.
Understood.
But it is demanded by someone above me who wishes to meet you.
Who is above the chief?
Many are above me.
Hmm.
Some might say even my people are. I am a servant.
You know, I don't think enough people in public service, who hold public office, think the way that you do.
I'd vote for him.
It is not up for vote.
You see Grace
The gods choose
Mm.
who is chief.
It is a custom they do in a different land, not one that we also partake in.
So are you telling me that if we go up there and partake in this trial, there's a chance that one of us may have to become chief?
It is possible. I know not the gods' plan.
I don't think.
Although Kuva
that's-
would be quite disappointed.
I don't think you can hold two chiefdoms at the same time. So you're out.
Well, they are different gods, but I would
It's a lot
also-
of responsibility for one mortal.
I would hate to see someone sad, though. I wouldn't wish that upon.
It's true. If they want him to
A
be
young
chief, it would hurt their feelings if he wasn't.
It is not your choice. Again, gods choose.
I'm sorry, I keep derailing.
No, I'm so stressed out.
He doesn't want to leave his Pokemon.
No. Well, no, I don't, but that's not... I'm trying to make a decision in my head, and I don't know
The
if I wanna
same
do it
way
or
that
not.
you are having issues with us being strangers. How can we have confidence that you will take care of our Pokemon, as you are still strangers to us?
Unlike the clan members, we live in direct partnership with our Pokemon. They are equal members of our clan, equal servants of the gods. Your Pokemon will be treated as such.
Well,
Rest assured, they will have to help in the clan in the days that you are gone. But it will not be anything that they cannot do. Gather supplies, move, protect if needed. Themselves as well as the rest of us, as we will fight alongside. It has been many days since our last attack. There is no threat that our scouts have picked up. So rest assured they will be safe.
Who's attacking you?
The wild Pokemon.
hmm.
He kind of is like, duh.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, like, I mean, that's fair that you wouldn't, because, I mean, you're talking about wars, and
Yeah.
everywhere you guys have been, there's villages on every side, but them, it's wilderness pretty
Right.
much all around them.
All right, well, I guess if we can have some time to prepare ourselves and our Pokemon, we'll get ready for the ceremony.
If you come with me, I do have packs prepared for you all already for the journey.
Oh, you packed us lunch.
Well, I meant
Very
more
Packed you
Cool.
supplies.
mentally prepare ourselves and...
Yes. You can do so with the rest of the trial goers, as he points as all the kids are gathering. Where he had pointed earlier.
We stand head and shoulders above them, like.
Are you guys nervous too? It's my first time up the mountain.
There's like 12 really small children and then 4 grown adults.
You must be at least this short to go up.
Guys, I'm scared.
So are we saying goodbye to our Pokemon right now?
I mean, you can't start the trial with them. So if you want to bring them with you to the front lines
Yeah.
and then be like, okay, I'm leaving here, or
Joan, I will have to leave for a moment. And if I knew that this was happening, I wouldn't have felt the need to paint you, but please be safe. I'll put her in a little basket to go with the chief.
I'll throw out Pico and Sudowoodo, and I'll just look them both dead in the eyes, and I'm giving them a very stern talking to. I say, look, I need you to be on your best behavior here. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do if I were here, and if anybody comes to mess with you, you kill them. Okay?
Hell yeah. We are on the same page.
give me a persuasion check. DC's low, but I want to see how motivated, how receptive they are of your
They try
That's
to
a
mess-
19 with
Yeah.
death on sight. You see Sudowoodo as he looks down to Pico, and Pico's just kind of like
kind of.
and he's like Sudowoodo, and he starts like trying to march, and Pico's not really following at first. He's like Sudowoodo, and he's like trying to show him, and then they start marching, and he's like, no.
The little magnet, like,
I'm going to tell Lavender, take special care of Shelly as I lift up her tongue and stick Shuckle's Pokeball underneath. No one's getting it there.
Okay.
All right.
Any last words for your partners, or are they coming with you to
they're
the
coming
line?
with me to the front of the line.
I don't like the way you said that.
Well, that's what I'm before you guys go. I mean, not last, just last for a few days.
Right.
This is my way to rebalance. I gave you guys too many Pokemon. No.
We come back, all their throats are slit.
So yeah, you guys make your way to the front. As you guys pass Kavan's tent, he'll open it up for the Pokemon to go in. If you're keeping yours with you for a little bit longer, he won't. Or they won't go in, I guess. And then he'll follow them in, come back out with 4 packs, and he'll give them to you. And gesture for yours.
Can I whisper one last thing under my breath to my 2 Pokemon?
Yes, but give me either a sleight of hand or a stealth.
Which
And
is
tell me which one you're doing.
I'll do Lavender. I feel like Lavender is.
No. But which sleight of hand or stealth are you doing?
Oh, I see.
And it's you that has to roll this, not them.
Yep.
Okay.
They are the same. So
The DC is different, and I'm not going to tell you which one's harder.
sleight of hand.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Okay, what do you tell them?
Hang on, I
You were
would've-
prepared for this.
yeah. Look for Zircon's flash cannon in the sky. A bright streak of energy. If you see that, come to the edge of the village on the outskirts. I will meet you there. If not, stay in the relative safety of camp.
As I'm putting Joan away, can I take away Joan's held item so that way she doesn't die when I leave?
Yeah, what is her held item?
Black sludge, and she's not a poison type.
Yes, you definitely can.
Can I just throw it in the trash?
I mean, you can put it in your pack or like,
All right. I'll put it in the bag.
You just got like a little pouch of mush.
Yeah, when I'd come back, she'd be melted and gone. I'd be like, oh.
So he wants us to give us our backpacks,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. Just if you don't want to take, like, okay, so if you're trying to keep your backpack, he's not going to stop you. But he's like, 2 backpacks is harder to carry, and this is stuff that you really might like. It's rope, it's climbing hooks, it's like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Great.
I'll swap out.
but he's just
I'm
like,
fine
if you
with
want
it.
to consolidate into one, like whatever you want to do.
Okay, great. Okay, then I'll take.
That was meant to make you guys a little nervous and try to fight him if you wanted to. But
No, I just was like, I'm gonna stash some orange berries in my pockets if I can.
yeah, you totally can.
Before I hand over my pack, I'm going to take the battery out of Tater Tot's current Pokeball, and I'm going to swap it into the Tater Ball that I made last session.
Okay, you're gonna swap him in.
I'm going to swap him into the Tater Ball, so he's got plus 10 movement now.
Sweet.
And I will also grab my Pokeballs and Light Ball and just keep them in the pack that I'm going to be bringing with me.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Sure.
Or, I guess I kind of gave it away. Are you trying to be stealthy about keeping empty Pokeballs with you?
No. And I'll even ask him, is this acceptable if I were to bring these?
No.
Understandable.
Have a nice day.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission, my friend.
So I will say this now, and I was going to ask that question. If you are keeping your packs or anything like that.
No, I'm relinquishing my pack.
If there's any Pokeballs in there, you would say, no, turn them over. This is a trial for you and you alone.
Absolutely. I
as
understand.
well as the gods forsake your clan members for trying to capture them. It would not be wise to to bring those.
Oh
there.
no, we have heard about the misdeeds that fell upon the two clans after their transgressions. We would not dream of it.
I know Grayson's bringing his fucking Pokeballs. Anyway.
Right, Grayson? We wouldn't dream of it.
I
No,
also
not to
do
catch the
know.
gods.
No.
But if one of them decided to journey with me, how would that work? I have no intention of taking anyone from the mountain. I was just curious that my travelers choose to be with me.
If any people decide to help you, it is of their own accord. Or if any Pokemon decide to help you, it is of their own accord. And that is acceptable.
Good to know.
It is actually quite admirable. Your people must be a very proud people.
We'd love to have you over sometime.
He's an excellent cook.
Where do you reside? Your clothes are a little hard to place.
We like to travel as well. It's difficult sometimes to find the time to mend the clothing, but we have some unusual Pokemon where I'm from. They're able to help us with the creation of our clothes. Maybe we can do some sort of trade sometime, now that I know that you are here. But as you also travel, I just hope one day we'll meet again.
We will. When your trial is over, you have to come and get your things.
Jesus.
Yes, I meant afterwards, but that works too, and I'll just leave.
While they're talking, can I go talk to like the kids around the ceremony?
Yeah, you totally
Yeah.
can. Anyone in particular? You want to roll a dice on it?
wanna buy some
are you
death
just the first one you
sticks?
come across? You want me to roll the dice?
You wanna
No,
smoke
I'll
some
probably-
You want to hear a
I'll-
description of all of them first?
No. I'll probably look for Kuva.
Okay. Yeah. She's easy to find. She's
Yeah.
there. She's probably in the center. Like the beginning kind of has somewhat of a path. As you've been told, you can't tell when it might end, but you can see a clear starting point of the trial. In some very sparse tree cover on the mountain, there's a kind of a path.
Okay.
Before we leave, can I check the supply pack?
Yeah.
Just a regular rummage around, make sure I know everything that's in there.
Yeah, you find 50 feet of rope. You find some rudimentary like climbing hooks. They're not made of metal, but like wood and rocks and maybe some bone or something like that, like kind of all fashioned together. Some very nomadic creation, as well as a sleeping cocoon, sleeping bag, whatever you want to call it, made of leather.
I prefer the term cocoon.
I do like the term cocoon.
And
Yeah.
and 3
A
days
sleeping kakuna.
sleeping cocoon. 3 days worth of rations for you and your partner.
Sure.
We don't typically track that stuff, but he would have supplied you with the base
Did
minimum
pack
that you
us
would have
a
needed
lunch.
to get up there.
Oh, Uncle Kuvan.
So
It's mixed berries and even some
it's
meats and
Kazan.
some dried meats. And
sort of, I guess, sort of relevant. But does my Magnemite eat?
would your Magnemite eat? It's
don't-
totally up to you.
I've never thought about it. But they don't have. I think you
Just tap him with a battery.
I guess so, because he doesn't have a mouth.
I'll say this: he feeds off of like
I just
the general like
The vibes.
electric current
Yeah.
in the air.
if I need
With
to
that being said, he's quite drawn to the mountain.
yeah. So if
Actually, because it's a seems to be a place of some high electric activity.
right. So let's say I wanted to like use like a berry on him. Would I just like smush it on his face?
He has a mouth. He doesn't need to eat. Well, we'll say
Okay.
this: he has a mouth. He doesn't need to eat, but he
I
can
just
eat.
never thought about
Yeah.
that. But
No.
You unscrew the screws on his face
And
and,
it's
like
just like-
shove food
yeah,
in
yeah,
there
yeah,
and screw
yeah.
it back.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Does the screw on the top like comes off like the top of a tumbler?
Yeah, just like drop it, shake him up a little bit.
They actually used to make tops of Pokemon, and Magnemite
Yeah.
was
Oh,
one.
I
and
had
you-
that
yeah,
one. It was sick.
Anyway. Yeah. So you want to talk to Kuva? She, like I said, she's centered on that, and she's standing there, and she's got Tyrant next to her, and she's like, might even be kind of like talking her up, like we've got this.
Okay.
We're gonna be the first one to the top. We're gonna press them.
Oh, it's a race.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't want to talk to any of them. Don't care about any of these children.
There's a lot of people here, so I don't know what you're trying to do, but I will warn you, it is more than just them there. Like the whole tribe is here to like see them off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am ready to take the chance.
Just before you start saying like, I make a run for it.
Sick. No. Oh no. Are there any porta potties necessarily? Bathroom situations?
Give me a perception
Not
check.
where we're going.
Give me the DC is very high.
I know.
Give me a perception check.
Come on, D&D dice roller.
Nope. There's 16, I think.
No, I was gonna save that for the
Oh.
yeah.
Fair.
Perception, 5.
Maybe, but you don't see anyone like going to the bathroom, so it's or coming back from anywhere. Like it's hard. Like, do they just go in their tents? Do they like go into the forest? Like where do they go? Like you don't know because you don't see anyone doing it.
Okay, so then I guess
And there's no sign. That
I guess
says
the real
bathroom.
question, right. Okay, so I guess then the real question would be: are there any like, not community, like I don't want to go in somebody's like house, but are there like any community tents, kind of like?
No,
the
and
chief's tent.
you would have been able to tell this based on whenever you entered town and just
Yeah.
kind of generally looking around. The tents are people's sleeping places. That's not where they generally hang out. They are working. They're performing jobs. They're doing things every other part of the day. If they're ever like socializing, it is sitting around like an outdoor fire kind of.
I would like to address.
They're nomadic. They're not going to set up just like
Right. Yeah.
I would like to address the crowd.
Okay. So you guys are you because you broke off early? Are you wanting to do anything before the rest of the group makes it to the?
No, because
To
I'm
the
gonna get
starting
in
area.
trouble.
Okay.
No.
Thank you all for allowing us this opportunity up the mountain. And I'll do that.
They all kind of like look around and Kuva will, and they'll all kind of be like, oh, okay, I guess.
Sure.
And at this point, Kavan will walk up and say, I can take your things now.
I'll let Drowsy out. I'll let Diglett out. I'll let Charmander out.
You can only let 2 of them out.
Oh, right, Pokeball. Well,
Yeah,
So
so one of
I
them has
just
to
give
stay
him-
in.
yeah, I just give him the Pokeball with Diglett in it. Then I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll let Drowsy and Charmander out, and I'll
Okay.
pat both their heads, and you both be good. I'll be gone for about 3 days. Keep an eye out for Presnick's team, our new friends as well. Drowsy, they need help going to sleep. You know how to help. And I'll pat Drowsy again on his head, and I go, and in my brain I say, I don't know if you can hear this, but if anybody tries to mess with you or them, take them out.
Give me just a straight intelligence check from Drowsy. Or wisdom.
I think wisdom makes most
Wisdom.
sense. Yeah.
12. Yep.
You don't hear anything back.
That's okay.
He just goes, bro.
I'll take that as acknowledge. He does that, and I'll be like,
Yeah, we got it.
Charmander's like, "Ah, ah," and he's just kind of running around, maybe playing with some of the other like little like lizardy type.
Charmander, don't burn
dragon-looking
any of the
things.
tents down by accident. Remember to mind your tail.
Oh no, stay away from the poop tent.
Actually, that's the distraction I'm looking for.
And he's like, and your Pokeballs.
Oh, it's just the one. Diglett.
Are you deceiving him? Do you have extra like Pokeballs for catching?
Oh, yeah, but I didn't like swap those into. I'm just bringing like my Oran berries and stuff like that for the thing.
okay,
Yeah, I'm not bringing
okay,
my Pokemon.
okay.
No. No, earlier.
I didn't know if you were trying to like sneak the Pokeballs.
You were
with
listening into my. What you were trying to delve into my brain earlier was I was being like, I'm gonna sneak away from I'm going to that temple. I'm gonna find old girl.
Do I know that they have the ability to make Pokeballs on the mountain?
You have seen Logan do it.
Okay.
Joseph.
Joseph, sorry. I did it again. I don't know where I got Logan from.
When you said it too, and I was like,
It's Joseph. It's all good.
I will.
Logan's just Joseph with a different hat.
yeah.
Same flavor.
Yeah.
I will not draw attention to it.
Okay. Are you? That is. I mean, it's worth asking. He wouldn't know, but are you bringing things
No.
to make Pokeballs?
I'm not concerned with it.
They don't know that technology, and you would probably feel very confident that if you wanted to,
Yeah.
you could.
Mhm.
But
Okay. Well, I believe that we are ready. What do you need from us at this point to get things going?
Stand there. And he'll motion to the line where the rest of the kids are standing.
The TSA pre-check.
It's at this point that you guys will see a line up of about 12 other kids. Kuva, who you know. Another kid who's standing right next to Kuva, like trying to edge her out for like a spot at the front line, with a little blue creature with a hard carapace on its head, also bipedal, who's like kind of like trying to like nudge at Tyrant, trying to get in front of Tyrant, and they're both trying to stand their ground.
Like with the horn?
Craniodos.
Oh, okay.
No.
Damn.
Swing and a miss.
He tried.
0 for 2.
You see another kid standing just behind Kuva, a little bit behind him to the other side, with a little creature, blue, with a dome and little spikes around his head.
Craniodos.
That's what I said.
You see another kid with some spiky hair and this little yellow spiky quadruped creature that's like kind of like chomping at the bit, ready to go, but like they're excited.
Craniodos.
Yes, again.
We're so good at this game.
You see another person with long hair holding a little blue creature with some little like wings but no legs. Gather that's why they might be holding it. You see a massive rock snake next to this other little kid who's just like, he's got this big dumb smile on his face and he's like, Onyx, we're gonna do this.
It's just a long craniodos. it's just 12 kids with craniodos.
It's Craniodos in a
Trench coat. There you go.
You see another girl who kind of seems like she's here, she's doing it, but she seems a little disinterested in kind of everything that's going on, with a little blue snake next to her. You then see next to her, maybe even standing a little bit behind her, another girl who looks very similar to the one with the little blue snake, but who is kind of like a little bit shy, a little bit nervous, with a little blue rodent-looking creature with a purple tail, with a big bushy purple tail. You see another kid digging in the dirt.
We found him. That's the friend. We found him.
He'll be the chief.
with his little orange creature that you don't know if it has eyes or not, but it's got a big old mouth and like a bug-like carapace. And it's also digging. It's also digging in the ground.
That one's a trap hinge, I'm pretty sure.
You see another kid with like way too.
It was Dunsparce.
Oh, maybe.
You see another kid with a backpack that's just like got way too much stuff in it, and a little creature with a metal face, like a little quadruped creature with just a big metal face.
I want you all to know, Big Brother Presnick may look a little bit bigger, but really he's probably a good bit weaker than all of you, and he's also been told that helping is not necessarily what the gods want to see. So,
Don't put all our cards out on the table. They don't need to know.
well, I just want you all to know, if Presnick doesn't help the little kids, it doesn't make Presnick a bad person.
I don't think they're worried. I don't think they're concerned.
You see the one with the little like winged blue creature in her hands go, "Oh, if you need help, I'm happy to help you."
He's probably gonna need some help at some point.
Yes. If we cross paths and you are injured,
Well, now
or
I
you
do
need-
feel
or you
like a
need
bad
help,
person.
Then helping is not allowed. Did Kavan tell you that it's not allowed? It is allowed. Just some people, and she points to Kuva, want to get there first and are eager to prove themselves, and they think that not helping is proof of your strength.
You'd think being indicative of being a chief would mean you'd be more willing to help your friends.
You then see two more people, one with some windswept hair, just kind of probably posted up maybe even sitting down on like a log at the starting line with a little blue and red bird
Okay.
on his shoulder, and then another kind of portly kid with a little what you know is a calf pint with them. The thing that you saved whenever you caught Charmander.
Little milk friend.
Yep. And that is your 12 trial companions.
I should have snuck some Pokeballs into their backpacks.
And the one that was talking says, "I'm Lou. If you end up needing help, you can call out. If I'm close, I'll try and come." But
Well, thank you. Perhaps we'll form an alliance and beat out the rest of the competition. No, just kidding. I'm
it's
happy.
not a competition.
Absolutely, it's not.
Okay.
It does present itself as a race to a degree.
Well, they like to race. Some of us are just to complete it. Be known that if you are in trouble, after 3 days, if you have not returned, if you've not been returned by the gods, I should say, there will be people going out to look for you.
Understood. Good to know. We're unfamiliar with this land, so I appreciate your offer for aid. May the fastest win. I'm waiting for the gun.
Sudowoodo's not here.
You're about to ask a question.
You said if the gods don't return us, we don't climb back down the mountain?
No, it takes 3 days to get up, and then the gods will transport you down. Typically, there's a mist that begins to form, and I've never been on the other side, but I'll see the trial goers come out of the mist from the top of the mountain with their marks from the god.
That sounds about right.
That sounds like it's good for your skin.
Probably is.
Oh,
Oh, weird question.
The marks do
Completely.
go on your skin, yes.
Good.
Do they stay there?
I mean, you see everyone who's not of the age of the group that you're with and younger, so everyone who's older than them, they all have tattoos. And they're all, some of them are similar to each other, some of them are a little bit different.
Badass.
Okay.
Prezik's gonna come down with a sleeveless lab coat. Like it's ripped.
You're gonna have a
He's just
teardrop.
tatted up.
No, Mudkip's gonna have a teardrop.
Oh yeah. Kuva. No.
You can talk to Goof if you want. This is Lou that's been talking to you
No.
guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Kuva. She's the chief's daughter, isn't she?
No. I don't know if it's quite my place to say. You might have to ask her about that.
Oh, that's fine.
So the chief is her daughter.
There just seems to be some pressure.
You seem like you will need a lot of help.
Presnick is a very, very capable researcher.
Not the best
All on his
climber,
own.
I'm sure.
Okay. Well, I do believe we're about to start. So
Well, let's go.
We've got this, Presnick.
Don't talk to me. I'm focused.
Hey, so, directionally speaking, so we're like facing the mountain, right?
Mhm.
In what direction is the temple from the mountain?
from the base camp, the mountain is about north-ish west, and you were told the ruins were to the east. But the camp is
Got
like
it.
at the base of the mountain. So like,
Yeah.
you could be looking at the mountain and have a lot of different directions to your back. Is
Yeah.
basically what I'm saying. But from the camp, it is east.
Guess I'm going up this mountain. You just hear Grayson mutter to himself.
It's then that Kavan will step up and address the group as everyone kind of quiets down. Today, we see off another generation of servants. And several guests on their journey to the peak to see what gifts the gods would impart on them to better serve their goal and keep the peace of the land. He says, "May the gods' gifts guide you," as he does it, and you hear the rest of the clan say, except for the trial goers, "May the gods' gifts guide you," and they similarly salute back, and all the trial goers will. He says, "Be on your way," and you see Kuva and the other kid that was next to her like take off, and then the kid that was kind of standing behind, and they, in the order that they were basically described to you guys, is kind of the order that they
Yeah.
And just like stick. My
they
foot
file
out.
out.
Trip one of them.
Are you trying
No,
to? Okay,
no,
I was like,
I'm not
you
gonna
need to roll for it.
I'm not gonna trip a child in front of the chief.
Yeah, wait till he turns around.
And with the
is a
start,
make-believe
with the
child.
start,
Right, fair.
not to break your music, but with the start of the journey, we're gonna go to break.
All right.
That's okay. This is good break music. Guys, don't go nowhere. We'll be back in about 10. Make sure you watch the cool member shout-outs. There may be a joke hidden in there we were talking about in chat. Okay, bye.
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 I didn't mean to like hard, but I'm like, there are no mad people like that.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian at Darkport, Angel Jobert, Paul Tankersley, Corey of Darkport, Angel of Darkport, Dravian, Anthony Pace, Leodus Kyron, DD76, Jared, Southern Landwell, Nigel Hernandez, Retro Gamer, Gold Amira, ML, Dutin 103, Lil Fat Stacks, Drazadi, Jutstream, JMC, Hunter Archer Sam, John S, Chandler Lund, 9 Drops, Dildu Gaggins, Jay Newsy, Just Rage Quit, Amarius Idonius, Jeff Basham, Broken Crayon, Necromantic, Anarchia, KFP, Miss Chubby Bunny, Kenny Hurd, Orzo Saba, Dylan Mama, Meschek Mirethi, Travis Ogorshak, Noel, Roll Propelled Gamers, Seamus Finnegan, Rudolph Scarless Deem, Yuki Aito, AEIOU, Peter Patucci, Luca Satori, Fallenborn, Chantarosian, Rami, Lil Deer, Jade Knight, Roman Gelly, Radiant Healer, Mind Soul, Zeiss Jenny, Quips, Black Nando 1, Kevin Cow, Lockmain, Carolyn Mesco, Leon HD, Emerald Moo, Idiotic Programmer, Quell 11, Holden Schneider, Brandon Lane, Bill Allen, Ratatosker TV, Victor Christensen, Cypher, Joram Hoff, Loop Luck, Ronald Diola, Memebot 69000, Crow, One-Eyed Goat 90, Mr. B Plays, Will Plays Games, Player Lord, Sherman Richards 395, Moon Goose McQueen, Meta Lisa, Lil Tired, Bill Ma 1651, and Taya. You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it. Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by 3 brothers that have combined 2 great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that? Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
In a world of darkness exists Geramentum, a beacon of hope in the realm of Terra. Our heroes, all with unique pasts, live here and are connected by a common destiny to protect the dream. Welcome to Darkport, an actual play production company. Our inaugural dark fantasy D&D campaign, Gold, Green, and Red, is inspired by the lived experience of War Medic and GM Angel Gamble. Subscribe to us now on YouTube. Live episodes stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... Oh!
Excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to the super fun, extremely fast-paced chase music.
The party split that was discussed, but not the one you thought you'd have.
Yeah.
And one maybe yet to come.
Maybe. We did have a lot of discussions about who the seer might be.
And that sounds a little
There's some
shit.
assumptions, but nothing was explicitly said. There's a few thoughts about whether to still go up the mountain or not now that they're on their way. But
To edit my
where we
note
left
real
out
quick.
off, the kids started walking. You guys walking to the tree line.
Are they walking or running?
Some are running, some are walking, some are,
Wait, there's a tree line around the base of the mountain?
like loose trees. It's not like a thick forest. It's like, but there's some foliage. Yes.
Okay. Presnick is like
Sick.
running at full speed.
Yeah, I'm going to look
And
like
getting
I'm
very
super pumped
winded
up
as he
about it.
falls behind most of the
The
other kids.
Okay.
Not me. I'm going to keep up
I'm gonna
until
just-
I get to
yeah.
the edge of the forest. Then I'm going to duck behind
Well,
a
the
tree.
forest is like 30 feet from. Where
Oh, okay.
yeah. And I say
Never
forest
should've left
loosely.
the
It's just like
Yeah, that's
You
sparse
should
tree
quit
life.
smoking.
Yeah.
I imagine, like, with my time as a soldier, I'm used to, like, endurance running, so I'm just keeping up, like, a brisk jog,
Okay. Are y'all trying to
Maintaining.
stay together?
Not necessarily.
No. Okay.
Not like next to each other, I don't think.
I just, like, pass by press.
I'm staying by Presnick to a degree.
Keep up.
Presnick
with
does
him
his
with
best to wink at you.
You're gonna lose your like.
That's it.
Who's even like kind of straightens your back, and you're like, yes. Okay.
If I catch eyeline with any of my compatriots, I will wink at them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you guys doing anything with that information?
So just to, like, not make
Because he didn't
it-
say what the wink means.
Right, right.
I think it's implied.
I'd imagine I'm kind of on the same page, but to make it not conspicuous, I'll just kind of, like, give him, like, a little, like, kick and just say, get your ass moving, boy.
Trying.
I will say.
Come on!
If you guys are moving any more than like a less than 30 feet around movement, there are people behind you.
No. I'm going to...
Okay. If you're trying to like let them all get ahead of you, you have to like walk really slow.
On your left.
No.
One of them has a
I'm going to get, like, into the
one of them has a shield on, and shield ons are slow.
foresty
It's got about 10 feet movement. Anyway,
mountain area.
I thought that was a craniados.
They're all
both of
Canadian.
those.
It wasn't
That
a dark
doesn't
ride?
specify the kid.
But what were you gonna say?
Oh, I'm going to, like, keep pace. Like, I do want it... Like, I am... Grayson is, like, somewhat interested in, like, this whole hullabaloo. So, like, I will use that energy to just, like, kind of keep up with everybody to a degree and make it, like,
Okay.
to the start of the race. Or not race, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
just a trial.
Yeah, the mountain.
I mean, this is the mountain. It is pretty steep of an incline. It does get
Yeah.
pretty steep fairly quickly as you start going up the mountain. But it's not anything that would impose any like half movement or anything else like that. Not difficult terrain. But you are definitely gaining altitude.
Is there a thicket?
The trees don't ever get really thick at all.
I'm gonna go off the beaten path as I go up the mountain.
Okay.
Even if it's difficult terrain or however. And if any of the kids walk by me and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna be like, "This is the trial for a reason. I've got to do it the hard way."
Okay.
So we just watch him bolt into the woods.
Are you full sprinting? Or are you just kind of like trying to make your own way? And again, it's not. I say woods. It's just call out that there are like some trees.
Yeah, I'm not like
there's some cover.
I'm not sprinting.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like trudging my way through the like
Okay.
the side path.
Yeah, and it's not difficult terrain. Again, like there's a kind of a worn path, but like there's not a lot of foliage here, so it would be feasible that like you would think that this is a path, and this may actually be the path. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like even some of the kids are not staying in the same.
Yeah,
like
they don't
they're
even know
all
what's
starting to kind of disperse. I will say a round of perception checks. This is just
Oh, I hate this.
group.
Oh,
perception.
I love it. 19 for me.
3? Well,
1.
3 plus. Not great.
16.
Oh,
5.
no. You don't
Okay.
have a plus to that? Or, no?
Presnick, you see quite easily as you're panting and trying to stay slow and trying to let a lot of people get ahead of you. Sounds like you're trying to let the group get ahead of you. You only count 11, and you're like, well, maybe one got really far ahead. Where's that 12th one? And as you're kind of breathing heavy and looking around, you see one kind of like hanging behind and like keeping an eye on you guys.
Son of a bitch. Damn it.
Which Pokemon do you have with you, Preston?
And then
Matang.
as you're looking back and you're kind of like, God damn it, and you look up like, damn it. You also see, because you rolled so high, no one else rolled high enough to see either of these things. You just missed it. But you rolled high enough to see Archeops circling ahead.
I am going to like trip and double over into the dirt and just kind of like heave as like I sit there waiting for this individual to like either catch up or check on me, or
They don't.
they stay hanging back.
Maybe even kind of like leaning up against a tree, like, and I would say doing a very poor job at it. You don't even need to roll, especially with your perception check. I know it's not insight, but they're like feigning much the same as you, but worse, like exhaustion or fatigue.
I turn to them and I go ahead, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just I don't make it out the lab very often.
Oh, it's okay.
No, please, I insist. This is
Sentry-
an important rite of passage for you and your kin.
Centric gets dried out very easily, so we need to take it slow ourselves. She points to her little blue furry creature.
Sintrit?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, very well. I'll like kind of
Okay,
climb onto
yeah, that's what I was
Metagross and
thinking.
let him like start to like
Matang,
carry
yeah.
it. That's what I meant. Start to carry us forward.
You're not gonna get a Metagross that easy.
Damn it! No, it's Metagross. Yeah, we leveled up.
Okay. And what are you two doing? You guys still just kind of keeping an eye on your team members? You do see them like going on not the beaten path or hanging behind or
Not
whatever.
concerned. I think I'm just focused. Like I gotta do this trial. That was my order to get up this mountain, so I'm doing it.
Even despite the wink?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing his thing.
I think I'm curious about what's going on with Presnick, but that it's under control, and I'll try to keep up pace as we move forward.
Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
with Logan.
We may be splitting the party.
I'll go, like, if I see you fall on the ground, I'll get back on the beaten path and kind of come and pick you up. And as I'm lifting you up, I'm assuming you would have shared this information with me as far as creepy boy behind us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're being watched.
It's a girl that's behind you, but
Oh, girl behind us.
We're being watched by one of the children as well as a bird overhead. This needs to look like an accident if we're going to leave the trial.
And as I'm picking him up, I'll go, we could wait till night. They
it's
can't
at this,
watch us
it's
for
at
3
this
days.
point while you're picking him up, you might even be bracing yourself against like a nearby rock.
Mhm.
The girl will say, "Well, no, don't touch it! Don't touch that! Don't touch that!" And she runs up and she's like, "Don't touch that! You might anger the gods." And you look where you're about to put your hand, and there's like a petroglyph depicting something on this rock.
So they're just like casual ruins laying around?
It's now that you're looking, Presnick, you were probably a little too focused on trying to get out of here, not really looking at the surroundings. You as well, Grayson.
Sounds like
you
me.
two might have been focused at looking at your surroundings, but you rolled really bad.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on up.
Yeah, so it is now that you guys will kind of look around and see these petroglyphs. They're kind of on some of this low cliffsides, some of the rocks. There's a lot of these stories being told at the base of this mountain.
And I'll kind of stumble a little bit into Presnick, but I'll still get him up and thank you. That's the last thing we want to do, I guess.
Yes, and this one depicts the sun god, and she is quite wrathful. You do not want to anger her.
No.
What does she look like?
Are you looking at the rock, or are you asking her?
I'm looking at the rock.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just in Presnick voice.
Investigation. These are petroglyphs. These are old, even though we are in ancient times.
There's more ancient time.
Just like the real Legends game, you're not even all the way far back enough.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take the 10 in the chat. Use my reaction to take the 10 for a total of 13.
Yeah, you see a large winged creature. It is just carved, no real colors or anything, but a large winged creature surrounded by what looks to be rays of sun. They might have used like a charcoal into the etching that they made on the stone to make the creature, and then just etching the stone to make the streaks of light. You're like, oh yeah, sun rays, I guess. It is like a large winged thing with what appears to be a long pointed beak.
Ah, Craniados.
That is clearly a Celestia.
My latest theory is that every Pokemon is Craniados. They don't know it yet.
They're just not.
They're all in
you,
a,
Craniados is the first Pokemon.
they're all in a they're in a proto Craniados state.
It's like the return to crab, or everything evolves into a crab.
Yeah.
Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
I feel my breath is returning, but I'd hate to overexert myself. Zircon, do you mind if I continue to ride upon you?
I'm assuming he wouldn't.
Yep. I try to get some distance, but from this person while like staying close to Grayson.
Yeah, she'll let you guys get ahead of her, but
I'm sure she will.
but she's staying behind you guys,
So, are we
and
doing?
she's every now and again trying to crane and see exactly like how far up you guys are, and make sure that you guys are all kind of.
Are we doing this or not?
So hear me out. I don't think we should do this right now. We do have 3 days. Okay. So
Every
we can wait till
day
night.
that we don't do this is a day that the seer could leave.
I'm not saying we wait till another day. I'm just saying we might wait till nighttime. Because if we are being watched, at least worse comes to worse, we could probably use Zircon and blind somebody, maybe. By accident, obviously.
My plan was to make it seem like Matang was off balance and moving out of control, thusly peeling off to the east, eventually firing light into the sky and allowing me to rejoin my other compatriots. You could
The chief
potentially
would know
chase off
something's
after me,
Up, though.
would they? They would know that we're not.
Well, they would know your Pokemon
Doing well.
are leaving.
Are you guys looking at any of these petroglyphs? I would say at this point, after you've been running, you might see some.
Give
of
us
them.
some additional insight on
I'll
his
take a look at
priorities.
Okay.
I think I'm just
Are you guys just?
moving. How far?
Roll a d6.
How am I keeping pace? Like, I imagine I can probably run farther than most of the children.
6.
If you're wanting to like dash,
I'm not sprinting, but I'm just like maintaining a steady jog.
despite having like longer legs, you're probably middle of the pack
Okay.
if you're not trying to like sprint, but
These kids
you're
are booking
walking.
it.
There's 6 that are
moving.
at least faster than a walking pace.
They can't do that forever.
I was literally looking at
They're children. They'll get tired.
Hey,
There it
6.
A 6. Okay. Roll me and so you see one. I'll describe it first, and then you see a rock that you kind of dismiss at first, but you saw Grayson and Presnick, as you said, you were kind of like making sure they're okay and kind of like looking back at them. Stop and like look at this rock, and they're talking to this other trial goer. And you may even see another trial goer stopped and looking at one of the rocks. And so you realize that there's petroglyphs on them, and as you're running through, you almost miss one, but then you're like, it's like one of those things where you're like, is that a face, or am I just like seeing faces at everything because that's what I'm trained to do? But no, there is definitely something on it, and give me a investigation check to see exactly how well you decipher it.
I need another dice.
What do y'all have? What do we have in the
dude.
chat?
What?
In case
Oh.
Lucky wants to take something.
got a
A
one.
+2 and a +7.
How many ones?
I had a 1. I'm going to keep it a 1.
That's like your third one tonight.
Yeah, you definitely see some unnatural like smudges and markings on it, but this one appears to be much older than the rest. And you don't know if it's maybe because you're running, because of the heat, or because maybe this isn't actually a petroglyph. You don't know what it is.
I'll take a moment, remove a berry, and place it at the feet of the petroglyph.
It's just a rock.
Okay.
Do the hand gesture I learned in the tribe, and then continue on my way.
He gets teleported to the top of the mountain.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he gets teleported.
You feel a rush of cool air in this. That's a pleasant surprise in this hot desert, kind of at your back. Nothing that's making you run faster, but just makes the journey a little bit easier. Yeah. What are my sneaky boys doing?
Oh, nothing sneaky about it. As I ride atop Zircon, unfortunately, all of our training has not quite measured us up for this moment.
He's
and,
gotten to a higher level than the gym badges you have.
and suddenly, Zircon is off balance and wheeling wildly to the east. Zircon, what are you doing? Oh no!
Again, I will say, east is pretty much
towards
the way back where you just came.
Like circling around.
Okay.
We're theater of the mind, but I'm like,
Yes, I know we are theater of the mind, but you guys are going like mostly west, a little bit north.
Just do a really wide arc.
yeah. So like changing northwest to like northeast as he like sort of like a 90-degree shift.
Okay.
As like
Again, a 90-degree shift. A 90-degree shift would still be basically north, but okay.
Sam's voice. Okay.
Well, because I am trying to like again. You're basically going west, so 90 degrees is north. I just want to make sure that you guys know.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little
I'm trying to skirt the edge of the village, or get to a place where I can skirt the northern edge of the village, so that I can pick up my mons there and continue on.
Okay.
You're just trying to get off the trail.
More or less.
Yeah.
And to lose our tail.
Give me a perception check.
I don't like that. 18. I kind of wish I wouldn't see whatever this is.
You
but
know the forest is, or like I'm calling it a forest, but like the trees are very sparse. But you can't. You're trying to make sure you're getting far enough away from the village while like keeping up this act, but you can't tell where the village is through the line of.
even with an 18?
Yep.
Oh my god.
You actually see it's kind of like a heat mirage
Okay.
at the base of the mountain.
Okay, well, I've committed. I've said the thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Zircon is wheeling, we'll say, roughly 120 degrees
Okay.
off course.
Okay. You go for probably another, we'll say like 30 minutes maybe.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Of this whole charade. You're like, okay, I can't see it, but I know where it was and I know about how big it is. We're gonna take this wide. I'm gonna take it a little bit wider than I think I need to. Grayson, are you following him or are you?
As soon as I see Zircon start going out of control, and yeah, I'll be like, Presnick, is the shade taking over him again? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. I think we're just off balance and we can't stop. Oh!
Give me a performance check.
It's like a barrel ball.
Why do I speak?
It was coming. I just wanted to see if Grayson was with you or not.
So it's a 12, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna take the +7.
Go for it.
So it's a 19.
Okay.
Stress.
It's at this point the Archaeops will land and attempt to stop Zircon. So it's going to make an attack on Zircon.
God.
Not to harm, but in an attempt to stop.
Okay.
Seeing that you are out of control, that you are doing so good at your performance.
Yeah, it thinks you're in danger.
God damn it.
That's the one time you did. That's why I was laughing. Like, you don't
that's
want
the
to do good.
lifeguard.
I'm like, does it believe it? Is it going to stop or is it going to kind of see where this goes? That is a... What is it?
Doesn't hit.
Nope.
You miss. You swing wide, sir.
That's a 17. to hit.
Yeah.
No, he has a 20 AC.
I think
now.
it's a 17. Let me double check. It's either 17 or a 16. Does either of those?
Either of those
Okay,
hits.
okay.
Dang it.
So it lands, and it's supposed to, unfortunately, this much, but it is using something that is resisted by Zircon. Oh God. 14 half to 7.
Oh God. Oh God, me?
I mean, it rolled 3d6 and I got 2 5s and a 4. So
It really wants you to stop.
yeah. So it stops you, and when you
I always forget where the damage goes.
Oh,
Where it says-
under current party.
yeah.
Ah, there it is. Thank you.
You see this land, and unfamiliar to what it looked like to this morning, its eyes are completely white.
Oh.
As it stops, and it doesn't seem to have any of the like characteristics or mannerisms it had this morning either. As it just stops you, and then it gestures back up the mountain.
I just kind of tap Zircon on the side like an elephant, and like it just sort of.
It
turns
believes that
back
Zircon went off course,
Yeah,
so
and we're gonna just start going up there.
yeah, it's just like you want to go that way.
Are you just like
help.
sitting on him now?
I'm like sort of like,
Just like-
imagine a kid holding on to like a
Like
pool
a
noodle.
skim board or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, feet dragging behind.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'll look at the
Oh.
Archeops and go, right, Archeops? And I'll, thank you. You don't know how crazy he can
Yes,
be
you helped
sometimes.
so much. Thank you. Much appreciated.
It'll nod, and then it'll flap its wings back up into the air.
They'll write songs of you. All right,
So what's the
I'm
plan?
doing the actual thing
Okay.
now.
Those dice are ones, man.
I think this dice is weighted.
That
I
dice
rolled
is
2
weighted.
more ones.
I'm out of ideas.
That one usually rolls really well.
I think we should go up the mountain.
Yeah, the only other idea I have is to sneak away at nighttime. That's like the only
I
other.
mean, listen, y'all can try anything.
The Archeops.
There are
Yes,
there are
Samuel.
rolls that are happening. This is just the way that it's playing
I
out.
understand. I understand.
I don't want it to seem like I'm railroading you
No,
guys.
you're not. You're not.
He
I know
is.
you're
Get in the
not.
comments.
Get him.
You can fight the Archeops.
I am not fighting an Archeops with my
That
blood
feels
kid.
wrong to do.
Well, you know, if you
I
don't
also
care
love that you
about-
guys don't know enough about Pokemon, but yeah, Those are the comments. If you know what I'm alluding to, let them know. Anyway, or chat. So yes, you guys are continuing forward. Are you guys trying to catch up with your group, or are you just keeping them in your sights and going? Or?
I'll say we're trying. I'll try and catch up. At this
Okay.
point, if I'm gonna do the thing, I'm gonna do it well.
Okay.
So we're definitely in the lead now, right? I don't know why I said that like lucky.
No.
What? No, I meant compared to them.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, but if you
We're
guys are
trailing up
just
behind.
if you're keeping pace with Joseph, and Joseph is just going at normal 30-foot around movement, they're dashing. They'll catch up to you guys pretty quickly. They're trying to catch up. You'll notice, Presnick, again using your 2 great perception checks that you had. The person with the blue centret is not lagging behind, and is not lagging behind like she was before, and is staying with you, confirming your suspicion that she was lying about lagging behind.
Are you going too fast? Are you worried about potentially wearing out your Pokemon?
Oh, no,
You should
she's
slow
okay.
down. You should be careful.
She's okay.
No, by all means.
I've been keeping her in my my pack. As you see her quickly kind of like put the Centret in the pack, and it's like, it's like trying not to be stuffed in.
I won't press the issue. Yeah. President Presnick is a little salty, but he's good.
He won't.
Presnick won't
the
press the issue. I was right there with you.
Okay.
I've been had.
So now I need.
No, you don't need anything.
All right, got
Who's
all the
leading?
5s out. It's not me.
I imagine I would probably be keeping.
Nope. I mean,
I need a group survival check.
All right, Logan, your time to shine.
And this is from yourself or your Pokemon, whoever has the higher modifier.
Okay.
you said
It's a low DC. It's a low DC.
16.
Oh, thank God I have Mudkip.
Oh wow, Matang actually has 10. total?
19.
12.
Okay. You all passed, if barely. It is easy. Like I said, the kids are everyone's still relatively grouped together. You can kind of tell where you need to go.
Yeah.
The petroglyphs do kind of also serve to kind of help guide you on what you think the correct path might be.
Yeah.
You're able to make your way through the forest relatively easily. And I do need Joseph.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, not yet. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Got it.
So that was you prepared too much. I'm going to have to read.
I have to
skim
thought
read
he
a lot.
I legit thought he was about to tell us to get out of the room, except for Joseph. And I
No.
was like, what? What is happening? You can't do this.
You guys are making your way through the tree line. Is there anything you guys want to do, or are you guys just following the kids, going?
Yeah, I want to sneak away. No, I'm just kidding.
You do start to see, like, the trees to get a little bit more sparse, the rocks to get a little bit more steep, and you're being guided a little bit more physically by the landscape.
So
and
are
the
we
path that you're
still
going.
we're still kind of in the base area of the we're not like on the mountain itself yet, right?
You are on the mountain. It's just
Okay.
not. It's kind of a slow sloping
sloping
mountain.
up,
So
yeah.
you're still on the shallower of the
Got
steep
it.
part of the mountain. Yes, but you are getting into more of those rocky, steeper outcroppings. And now it's that I will need a perception check from the leader of the group, as you guys may be taking a rest.
That's a D12. Don't roll that.
Okay, I was gonna say, that was
guys-
a good D12. Rolled a 9 on that one.
Bad D20.
Yeah, I rolled worse on the 20.
Just keep the 12. That's fine.
I rolled a 7 on the D20.
Okay, so like I said, you guys might be taking a little rest under a tree while you still have some shade and some cover, maybe eating a lunchtime snack, maybe a late afternoon, whatever time it might end up being that you get to this point.
I'd like to just like take this time to like look up at the mountain and sort of like survey it for any areas that I could see as being like a shortcut or like something more easily accessible than the normal path, like whether I have to like climb my way up or, you know, something that I could use to find a way to like get ahead of the rest of the group.
Okay, I'll say you can either re-roll your perception or and take the higher. So if you roll an at one, you're not going to fail worse.
Got it.
Or you can roll a survival.
Okay.
We'll do this kind of weird. So
Could I use my Magnemite's perception to have him
yeah.
sort of scan?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is just an eye.
Unless I otherwise specify when I ask you guys to roll one.
Us
Sorry,
or
yeah,
the
yeah,
Pokemon?
it is you. Unless I say you as Joseph or you know.
That is 13. So
Okay, so thankfully you're maybe catching your breath, digging through your pack, and you start feeling a tug at your shirt, and as you kind of like look up, and Magnemite maybe has like latched onto a bit of your armor and is kind of like
pulling me.
don't be here, and you kind of stand up and you step away, and he leads you to another tree, and as you sit down at a different tree, he like points up, and there's like a bunch of like mean looking birds in the tree. And he's like, don't do that. Watch where you sit. You were too focused on the mountain
itself.
ahead and trying to find a path. But I will say, also with that check, you see a path that most of the kids are taking.
Yeah.
You would
just
you would
keep
think
on
that
that.
that's the best way. You can see some people going.
Ah,
Kuva's way up there.
Follow the children through the forest.
Yep.
Nothing bad has ever happened.
Right. There's never been a horror movie about that.
Justin, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. And welcome Justin Channels, Davey, M. Resmodius, Jameson, Amadeus, to the Chaos Crew. Everyone, thank you, Justin.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Justinian.
Yeah. Right. So you guys are continuing ahead.
Yep. I'm not riding Zircon anymore. I don't want to wear him out. So I'm
Okay.
yeah.
We have to fight at the end of
He's riding you now.
Ah, yes. He's like Yoda styled, like wrapped around my shoulders.
He's like not actually putting any of his weight on it.
That is worth asking. I mean, it sounds like I assume your Pokemon are out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know where Mudkip is.
Mudkip's out too? Okay.
Yeah.
Nachos out.
Yeah, I know Nacho's out.
Yeah,
I have to ask them.
I'd imagine like
kid's big
while
chill on my
I'm
shoulder.
like jogging, since especially because he's got the movement speed bonus right now.
Yeah.
I would like to have him like floating ahead of where we are.
Okay.
And just kind of like keeping like being like an eye in the sky. you
Okay,
know?
so you remember this, so
Yeah.
I don't have to. If he's doing that, any perception or survival checks that I have you make are going to be at advantage.
Got it.
But yeah, no, okay, that's good.
But he's just kind of like orbiting the party and like doing
Yeah.
recon.
He might even see the Archeops flying ahead and be like, "Meh."
Yeah. right.
"We are doing same." Lucky.
Did your Pokemon just turn into a UAV?
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
UAP.
Uh-huh.
Lucky, roll me a d12.
Sure.
Don't ask why.
It's better if I don't know. Wow. A 1.
Oh my god! Is that the same one? Wait.
That's a D12.
But he's rolled 6 once.
It's this. It's.
Have you ever heard of a game called Sagas, where rolling
Yeah.
low is actually good?
really good.
Perhaps you
Wait,
might
you're supposed to
Doesn't
be
try
sound like
this
you're
game.
too lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
Not living up to the name today.
No.
No. Okay. So you guys are making your way through the mountain. I'll say roll me one more survival check at advantage
Got it. I'm gonna use this one.
to see exactly how well you navigate through this path.
This is what I get for not bringing my
I'll
own
do
dice.
advantage still. It's
Same thing.
16 twice plus survival would be
32.
Stop.
I got
Just
2.
get him to roll for you.
So 18.
18. Okay, yeah. You see up ahead as Joseph, this large cliff kind of looming out of I guess the clearing of other rocky features and whatnot, and you the closer you get, you realize like, oh no, this is big. This is really big. Like you still haven't quite seen the bottom of it, and it just keeps going
Right.
up until finally you maybe round this large rock formation, and you see the base, and you see lined across the bottom, scattered kind of throughout, are a bunch of different little camps being set up. The one closest to you that you see has Kuva, and she is already done setting up and is pretty much tucked in for the night, even though the sun is still out. You gather probably ready to get a early day start at the cliff. But when you round, she does kind of perk up and see and kind of wave you guys over if you want to.
Hey, Kuva. What's up? How you doing? You calling it a night already?
Yes, to get up early. I'm glad you guys made it here before nightfall.
Well, is it dangerous to?
Well, we
Be
all
around here at
did,
night?
and if you lag too far behind, you may not complete the trial, as they may come and fetch you before
That's a
it's
good
over.
point. Yeah.
It's definitely not a race.
Right.
As
you wouldn't know
might
based on
think.
your pace.
Yes, I want to get there first. I want to leave a good impression on the gods.
I see.
They'll come
that's,
and
That's
fetch
admirable.
us.
Yes, if you're not back within 4 days, they'll send a search party out for you.
Oh no, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So if you fall too far behind, if you're too slow,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
there's a time limit, even though it's not a race, just for safety purposes.
Yep.
Right.
Yes, especially with some outsiders, we wouldn't. I guess no one really knows you're here, but we wouldn't want you dead.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It means a lot.
That means a lot.
Uh-huh.
I don't think anyone has shown us such a kindness.
Can I do like a head count of how many kids are here?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation or perception, whichever.
There's
one you want.
only 9. She's slowly
Hey.
picking them off.
Can you roll that D20?
Yeah.
honestly.
It's gonna be a 1.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna keep doing that today. What was it? Investigation?
Or perception, whichever one you
touch those
prefer.
dice.
You're gonna get different. The DC's different, but it's if you have a better modifier, you may want one over the other.
14 investigation.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to easily count before the sun goes down the tents and maybe even a couple fires that have been set up. You see 11, including yours. Although while you're counting, One does show up a little bit later, and it's the one that's kind of been hanging out, lagging behind.
Yeah.
As while you're watching, she does seem to be struggling a little bit to set up her equipment. But largely seems unconcerned with you guys at this point.
Halucha is unique in that it kind of has fingers. So, Nacho, assist the child.
You say valiantly from on the back of your horse.
Not me. I won't, but you.
Nacho, let us assist the child.
So you're going over to her camp. All the camps are spaced like 20 to 30, maybe even like anywhere from like I would say 20 to 100 feet apart.
Okay.
But if you want to walk over to hers, you can. Okay. Oh, thank you. I don't need any help though. If it's okay.
Okay then. And I walk away.
That was a fast interaction.
Oh well, they said no.
Yeah. Don't push it.
So in our world, more in particular mine, whenever someone does do that, they usually don't necessarily mean no. It's always better to just kind of help them anyway, and you've built a connection with someone,
But she
to take advantage of later.
she said no.
We are
Yeah,
in,
that doesn't mean no.
we are in a culture that we are unfamiliar with.
In my culture, no does in fact mean.
Actually, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure no does mean no.
In this, I would not.
I would like to retract.
I would not mean
My
to
opinions.
I would not
Suddenly.
mean
Canceled.
to overstep any boundaries.
No,
I
and
simply mean or insult them by
your-
continuing to persist to help them.
No. Okay. Yeah. No, you guys are right. No means no.
Would you like help?
I currently I don't have a reason to say yes to your help.
Would you like me to persist and still help you?
No, but I'm also not currently doing a task like the child was.
They're fine.
I said no.
They said no.
No, I completely agree. I was wrong.
I retract my statement.
It's as if like the gods were speaking through me in that moment.
It was AI. It wasn't me.
Yeah, everything is AI generated this stream.
Yeah. Okay.
I just heard Alex go.
Let him cook. No.
I was like, shit. I've lost Presnick.
Cancel Grayson.
Yeah.
So Kuva will say, do you guys need any help setting up your camp equipment?
No.
This was
And I
this
mean
was
it.
scripted. This was already gonna happen even before all of this.
You know, I would like some help greatly.
I think I still have a little more in me tonight. I'm gonna keep going a little further.
I think I may also
Oh, you're gonna try
persist.
to climb the cliff.
I think I might as well. I'm not tired yet.
Okay. Well, I would also point out there are two options. There's a way around and there is up, but it does get quite dark. I mean, it's already, and you do see it is getting pretty dark.
There's a way
More than welcome to
around.
go.
Roughly,
I tap
She's stopping
Zircon
us,
on the
and that's what she
noggin.
would recommend for you to stop.
what time is it roughly? Like, where are we at? Sunset? Is it early afternoon?
Sun is setting.
Sun is
Yeah.
setting.
Oh yeah.
The sky is that orangey kind of color. Like in 30 minutes, the sun will be fully below the horizon, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I, s-
But it is up to you. If you want to
Yeah.
push forward, you totally can.
I slap Zircon on the head and his eyes light up like headlights. I don't expect you to know this, Kuva, because you're quite young, but the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Zircon gives off a dim light 5 feet.
That's all we need. If
That's
you want,
Because I don't
fair.
want to give you anything
No,
extra.
you really shouldn't.
Zircon's
No.
already really broken.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
Pulls out a
I
like
cowboy
the flavor.
hat.
It was mostly for flavor.
would Tater Tot be able to like charge him a little bit, like give him like a little like?
I'm gonna say the fact that he's not electric
That's
type
fair.
is no.
Yeah, okay, fair.
And he's made of crystal. I mean, he's a steel type technically, but he is made of
Got
like
it,
a
got it, got it.
crystalline material.
If you like tap Zircon in the right space, do you hear like an awooga horn?
No, but if you do hit him, then that spot lights up again and another spot. And then if you hit both, then that spot and that one and then a third one. And then if you hit all three of those, then it does it in the same order and then a fourth one. And it keeps adding new ones.
It's like Simon Says.
No, it's nothing like that. It's Zircon Says.
Zircon Says.
So Zircon's a bop it, is what you're telling me.
No.
Twist it.
What happens if I pull his arm? Pull it! I knew it.
So, are you trying to push ahead?
Knowing that we have a means of like producing some light, I'll tell Presnick that look, if you feel like carrying on a little further, we can press on for a little bit.
There is a fire at the camp that you were at too.
Right, but we can set up our own fire further down and just use Zircon's lights to see what we're messing around with in the meantime.
I think if this is the path that we have chosen, we must see it out as quickly and as effectively as possible. I completely agree. We should press on.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine for if y'all want to press on, but these are still children. You know, they've been training for this journey, but do you not think it would be a good idea for us to keep an eye over them?
You just said they've been training for the journey.
Yeah, Kuva says, "Oh, it is not us that I'm worried about.
They're more prepared than we are."
And Kuva, no offense, they're not our problem to take care of. Their village, their chief, literally forced them to come up here.
Right.
It's his problem.
And by
you'll
getting
notice
to
too,
the
like,
top
these
more
kids-
swiftly.
These kids are ripped.
It might.
Really. I mean, like they're muscular. They're like
Yeah. They've
all they do is work.
Right.
And nomad. They move. They carry all their stuff with them.
They
all the
don't have
time,
a McDonald's.
Based
down the
on
road.
what I can
They don't
understand
have a Whataburger.
from their customs, it would be almost a disrespect to think that they need us.
Or high blood pressure.
I wouldn't say that it would be disrespectful, but it would be incorrect to think that we need you. Yes. You're more than welcome to stay. I invited you here because I was worried about you all. But if you plan
The
to push
sooner we get
forward,
up there, and the
maybe
sooner we can secure the aid of the
misfound-
gods, the sooner we can save everyone, including these children.
Kuva, why don't you seem very eager to make it to the top. Why aren't you continuing?
Because I can go in the morning. I will beat them there first.
But there's not like
But there's no
like
se-
the
there's no
confidence.
sense to risk exhaustion or injury unnecessarily, because then I definitely won't make it. I'd rather make it than I would prefer first and foremost to make it first, but making it over not making it.
Have you ever heard the story of the tortoise and the hare?
You mean of the Turtonator and the
Bunny
Raboot?
Yes, that one.
What's
Yes.
a tortoise?
Well, I
Raboot's
haven't.
the second evolution of
Keep going.
Score Bunny.
That's a okay.
We can.
You're going?
We can.
Yep, he said I haven't. and
I'm
then he keeps going.
gonna press on a little bit.
Okay.
further.
Give me a disadvantaged perception check.
Would I just
Either one of you, but
well with Magnemite floating ahead? Would that just be straight? Nope, disadvantage still.
Yep.
All right.
Wait, I don't know if I want to go or not.
That's a 9. Oh,
I got it.
Get wrecked.
Nat 20.
Oh, disadvantaged?
Oh,
Oh,
disadvantage.
Oh.
Yep, true. Let's see. 13 plus.
That's still
That's
really
so
good.
good.
That's still good. Yeah.
Let's see. What'd you say? Perception?
Yep. Or survival if it's the same thing, but yeah.
16.
Okay. And are you guys going ahead too? You don't have to make the rolls, but I'm just curious if you're going ahead.
If Presnick's
The children
going,
have convinced
I'm
me that
going.
these need to be looked after more than the children.
That is very true. So as you're kind of standing up and you're I guess you haven't unpacked your stuff yet and set anything up.
Nope.
Kuva will stop helping you, Grayson, as you start quickly shoving your shit back in your bag.
Sorry, Kuva. My apologies.
Sorry, I guess we're leaving now.
Did not realize we were going to continue.
You see, you guys are trying to gauge ahead. Kuva did say
Yeah.
you can go up the cliff or you can go around it. So you're looking to see like where the around might be. Skipping ahead to a roll. What was your surviving? It was 16?
16.
16. Is there any route that you are particularly intrigued by more? Up the cliff or around?
Which seems like the shortest path. Would up be the most direct route?
Yes.
Okay.
You say if you had to pick, you would think up, but there might be a way around that's faster. You don't really know.
Going up.
Yep.
Okay. So you plot out a path based on your 16. Is everyone following his path up the cliff?
Yes, but I
Yeah,
will say
I trust the
distinctly that Metagross is like gripping.
Zircon.
Sorry. Zircon is gripping into the cliff while Presnick hangs off the back.
Okay.
And I'll just have Tater Tot float.
I don't like
above
that.
us.
I wasn't even looking
I'll
at
have him
him.
just like be floating up, like maybe like if he sees like a foothold or something that I could grab onto,
Yeah.
he'll use himself as a guide. Like he'll float to a handhold and I can grab there, right?
The reason I said okay, that's really good, and that will grant you some benefits.
Yeah, I have if I'm following, I have
The
a
reason I say
question.
okay is because I need clarification. Is Presnick doing nothing? Are you
just hanging on.
or are you trying to say like that's how you're working with Zircon?
That's how I'm working with Zircon.
Okay, that might be a leading question I asked there, but that's why. Okay, because otherwise Zircon's rolling a disadvantage to try to carry your ass up this cliff.
No, I guess if we're climbing up this steep of a cliff, if it's possible, I'll kind of in the same fashion of that is I will have Mudkip like anywhere there's a foothold or like a handhold that I can't quite grab onto or anything, he'll hang out on my shoulder, and then whenever I'm okay, Mudkip, and he'll dig into it
and make like
and
a little like
pop back
grab.
out, get on my shoulder,
Very
and
good.
keep going.
I will tie
Or
a
rock
rope
smash.
around Halucha and confirm with Halucha that we will be belaying, which is the act of Halucha will be climbing and locking into different positions as he climbs, and I will give him more rope and hold him up. And then once he's made it to the top, I will simply climb the rope.
Okay.
Gotta give it to him for using the word belay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for
That was a
knowing
new
what
word
that
for
means.
me.
Okay. So based on the descriptions you guys have given, your DCs are set accordingly,
And we have climbing tools, correct?
and you do
said?
have
Okay.
climbing tools. That is what is allowing you to do this in the
Gotcha.
first place, though.
Right.
I will say. I need you guys to roll with emphasis. Does everyone know what that means?
No.
You roll 2 dice, and it's
Whichever one is further from the DC is the one that you take.
Oh, it was from the DC. I thought it was from like the middle, from 10.
From 10. Okay, well, yeah, that makes more sense, actually. Because if you have a harder DC, it exponentially
it makes it like
harder.
impossible.
So you're saying if the DC we're rolling
Well, it'll
against
be 10.
10.
It'll be 10.
Right. So
And
if I
whichever
roll a
one's higher is
5
the
and a
one-
12, I take the 5.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the greater distance from
Greater
10.
distance. So if you roll like a nat 20 and a 9, you're going to take the nat 20.
Yeah,
If you roll
I
a
was
nat
like, I'm gonna
1
roll
and an
your
11,
dice, so roll
you take the nat 1.
first, and then I'm gonna steal them.
And one of the dice will be, it is athletics or acrobatics.
Well.
Okay.
It is athletics or acrobatics, and your modifier will be yours and your Pokemon. You can assign them to whichever dice you want.
Okay. So
That is a little bit of a buff that you get to this.
I'll have a 2. Plus athletics, I think, would be a 5.
Okay.
Not great.
So,
What do you
explain again the modifiers. I missed that part.
roll, add your modifiers, and then after you've done that, whichever numbers are further.
Oh,
And
I
you-
understand.
And one of the dice
Oh,
can be
got
you,
it.
and one of the dice can be your Pokemon.
Oh.
So you can kind of
Oh,
game
that
it. If you
actually does
have a
help.
worse modifier,
Yeah.
you can throw yours on the low one.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, throw yours on the high one and throw theirs on
No,
the low one.
that does
Yeah.
change. it.
Okay.
Yep.
To try to game it. I guess you really can't game it.
Okay. I
can't.
can't. Okay. I see.
So we assign one to the Pokemon and one to us.
Yeah.
Alright. Lucky has a 20, dirty 20, and Nacho has an 18.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Do we need to roll a second time?
One for you, one for your Pokemon. Yes.
No, but I'm saying like so I rolled a 15 and a
separate
19.
dice.
Yeah, but I'm saying do I need to roll another 2 separate
One of the
dice?
15 is you get to add Mudkip's.
That's
15
what I
or
was
19,
okay,
you add
that's what I was making
Mudkip's,
sure
yeah.
of. Okay. Because I was thinking yeah.
Sorry, it is a little
The
confusing.
modifiers
No, you're
are
fine.
making it a little.
Yeah.
And I
Mod
don't
20
think adding the modifiers you can actually game it in the way that I thought you could.
Nope.
Mod 20 for Grayson.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. 17 for Mudkip. acrobatics.
So then a 20 for him.
So we're
And
only
I
adding-
also had a
Yeah,
dirty
give me
20.
whatever the higher one is.
We're only adding
That's all I really care
modifiers
about.
to one of the rolls or to both?
Or not the higher one, whichever one's furthest from 10.
Yeah.
Are we adding modifiers to one of the rolls or to both?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
So I rolled a 12 and a 2, but if I add 3 to that, I get a 15 and a 5, and both are 5 away from 10.
Oh.
And re-roll. We're gonna. Hey, I had more checks in this plan. This is gonna be the only one.
No, I get now that I get it. I just want
well,
to
I
know
think emphasis works. You just have to do it before the modifiers.
So
really.
then together we actually had a 20.
Yeah. So yeah.
I can see what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll it again, and we'll do the rest of them like Alex said before the modifiers, and then you can add whichever one has the higher modifier.
That's 3 and 11.
Well,
And
Well,
then
no,
plus 3.
Yeah, but the 11's closer.
Oh, it is closer.
Yeah,
but you want the one
want
that's
further
further away.
Yeah, so then 3.
3, right. Right.
But I thought it was, you were upset. I thought you had gotten two that were the same distance away again.
And so, okay, so
Don't add the modifier.
now add the modifier.
Yeah, now add the modifier to
So
the
now
3.
I would have a 6.
Yeah. Okay, so what'd
Dirty
you get?
20.
Dirty 20.
6.
Dirty 20.
Wow, really?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
We ain't going nowhere.
so
Turns out the most prepared one needs rescuing.
so lucky you don't even really need to talk to Halucha. You just start taking the rope out. He's getting like clips out, and you guys are like connecting things. You've tied it around him, and he starts climbing. And he makes it about a third of the way up. No problem. You're pulling the rope. You're looking at your friends. You see Presnick climbing, and he starts off hanging onto Zircon, and Zircon starts to slip when they're only like a foot off the ground, and he's like, maybe not a good idea. And so then he starts like using his feet and Zircon's arms to climb up, and they're getting up there, and it's miraculous because Zircon doesn't have feet, and Zircon's arms are stronger than Presnick's, so it's like
In the
match
dark,
made in heaven.
it looks almost like Zircon has a little human body dangling out.
Has human legs and a really big head. And like a little kid, his arms are coming out of his head.
I'll also say that I might look over and see Halucha pirouette every now and then as they continue to belay.
Oh yeah. Of the mountain. And as again from the bottom, from your good vantage point, you then see Grayson climbing, and every now and again Mudkip shooting a stream of water or running up and like headbutting the rock to make little hand holds, running up and down each one of his hands as he's climbing up. You see Joseph struggling a little bit as
Thankfully, we're on the ground right now.
yeah, you're not that high up.
I'll holler down and be like,
you don't-
use the handholds.
You don't fall, but you are significantly further behind the rest of them. You have not made it, like you said, very far off the ground. Whereas this
Right.
cliff, you gather, might be about 40 to 50 feet up. You guys have made it 10 to 20.
Right.
You pretty significantly like 5 to 10.
So, but that might actually help me in the sense that Grayson is ahead of me drilling handholds into the mountain.
If you want to try to work your way
and
over
then
there,
I
you can.
could just follow the route he's taking and have Magnemite guide me.
You can definitely try that.
Okay, I think I'll do that.
Okay. Are you going to try to drop down and just follow
Yeah,
Grayson?
yeah, I'm just gonna go. He's already got handholds. I might as well use them.
Okay. Then I'm going to say, so you go down, no problem. You get back down and you're able to start using his handholds. You're no longer going to have to roll.
Okay. You're rolling for both of
But
us.
your roll is going to, if you fail, it's going to affect him.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So once again, roll with emphasis. No modifiers until after you figure out which one's further.
Why not?
Modifiers are making it weird.
And then you can add whichever one is higher of you or your Pokemon for athletics or acrobatics.
An 8.
Now that
You have to
the
re-roll
easiest
that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, that's 8 away. That's 9 away.
No.
from 10.
Yeah.
They're equally distant because
What
a
are the two
20 and a
numbers?
1 would be the same distance.
We add our modifiers after
Yes.
we...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 19 and a 2
Yeah.
is what he
Reroll.
rolled.
Yep. Reroll.
Sorry.
Yeah, they both be
Yes.
7 away. No. I'm
They
Now
both
I'm
be 9
confused.
away.
9 away, yes.
Roll. Reroll.
A
Okay.
1 and a 20
Yeah, I'm
are
just gonna-
equally distant.
No, I
away
know.
from
I'm
the
not
10.
confused about that.
Yeah.
I'm confused about. I thought we were now doing the dice. I thought we were taking the dice.
Taking the dice as is, but if they're both equal distant, then you have to reroll. Roll.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
He got a
7.
5. Plus 7.
5
Or
plus 7.
plus
No,
2.
5 plus 2.
5 plus 2, 7.
4, 7.
18,
We're terrible.
8.
87.
Okay. 87. So you guys are climbing. Presnick, you start maybe pushing a little too hard to try to like lift Zircon with your feet because you want to like do more. But you're trying to lift like, like a giant metal creature, and so you start to slip. But luckily Zircon catches you, and you guys are going. But you start to take things a little bit slower. You're not making nearly as much progress. Same thing with you, Grayson. You're going. You're confident. Maybe you don't wait one time for Mudkip to actually shoot, and you put your hand in front of the stream, and it hurts, and you kind of recoil, and you almost fall off, but you're hanging on with one hand, and one foot slips out. Joseph, you're like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have started climbing under him. As you see this person kind of dangling and pull himself back to the cliff.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine, Joseph. I promise.
Haluch is almost to the top.
I'm laying down a rope. Everyone can climb the rope afterwards.
Haluch is almost to the top. He's just like,
You're doing great.
Yeah, you're just watching us just standing on the ground.
We've done this before.
I see.
Okay, one more time.
Haluch is a...
We all know how this works now.
Yeah, hopefully we're all experts now.
That is a non-nat 20.
Okay, and Grayson?
I gave up on the dice roller. The D&D dice roller.
That's good.
13.
19.
No, you take the...
Haluch is at the top, and as you're halfway up,
Oh,
he's
yes,
just like
15.
pulling you.
I'm just going to roll, and y'all just tell me what to take now. 15.
The emphasis is throwing you off.
Yeah, sorry. I thought this would be a fun way to be like, you and your Pokemon working together. and it's
The reason I
not.
got confused is because I thought we had switched to picking the dice.
Then the modifier, but you don't pick. It's whichever one's furthest from 20.
Right,
But I'm saying so the reason I'm confused is because
Oh my god, the waters are so muddy right now.
so like earlier the rolls weren't like I would have taken the higher number had the modifier not been involved, and I thought that's what we were taking. Oh, I thought we were. I
It
thought
was
we
never
did that
that.
the first time, and then the second time you were like,
it was always whatever one was
add the
furthest from
modifiers
10.
afterwards.
We just added the modifiers before or after, but it was always whichever one's further. It's okay. We're done now. We're done. You guys all made it to the top. We'll cut ahead of this.
I give Haluch a high 3.
Cut this. You guys all made it to the top. You're able to follow the handholds very easily. Kuva is below and very impressed. As you guys make it to the top, are you guys setting up camp at the top or
How late is it?
Definitely.
I would say at this point, like
Pushing
this
nightfall.
you're running into the point where like if you don't set up camp now, you're not gonna be able to see how like your stuff.
All right,
as you
yeah.
set
Plus,
We
we're
might
probably
as well.
getting close to exhaustion.
I was
We
about to say,
might
I'm
as
not
well
taking a
at
point of
this
exhaustion.
point.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you guys set up camp at the top of this very treacherous cliff.
Yeah.
Further on, always known as Emphasis Cliff.
Can I set up my camp as a little bit more in, just so that way no sudden falling off
Oh yeah,
the
I mean like you can
side?
step. I just know if you guys were like, we're
Yeah.
gonna walk for another
yeah.
30 minutes. But
I just
you
wanted
guys-
to make sure it was
No,
safe.
yeah, we will safely set up.
I'm gonna
camp.
sleep on off the side of the cliff, like those people who like
Oh, dude, yeah.
psychotic.
Yeah,
The last thing I want to do.
That's what I'm gonna.
Okay.
Just, no, not really.
The last thing I want to do
I
is
meant that
fall
colloquially.
50 feet onto children.
yeah, yeah. That's true. It's like hard to make falling 50 feet worse, but landing on a child does make it worse.
It does.
Kuva's like, good job, you guys.
Is anybody taking watch or?
Could I have?
I'll take watch.
Could I just have Magnemite? Like, does he sleep? Imagine he
Yes.
sleeps. Yes. Okay. Well, can I'll have
Because he
him.
doesn't have insomnia.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and
okay.
Bloodkip are gonna take watch. Yeah, I'll take first watch. I don't have my
sleep
my
aid?
sleep medicine with me. Yeah, drowsy got left.
Right. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head that Magnemite's not a robot.
No,
Yeah, I know he's not, but
He's an
he
organic
just seems like
steel
he
creature.
would be.
I know you don't nickname your Pokemon, but you should have named Drowsy Melatonin.
Melly. Oh my god, that is a
would be
good
cute.
name.
So you're taking first watch.
Yeah.
Is anyone wanting to claim second watch, or are you gonna pick whoever you want?
I'll
Whenever?
get second watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I change the
snoozing.
name in here without messing
Yeah, me
stuff
too.
up?
No, tell me and I will change it.
We did the watch.
There wasn't a formula, so I was like, yeah.
Glad you
can, but
asked.
then all the other stats will go away because they're all based off of the name.
We did the watch last time. It's time for us to get some sleep.
Yeah, I'll take first watch for sure.
Okay, perception check from you and Mudkip. I say and add whichever modifier.
Whichever
you
one's
want.
better. Oh.
Roll with emphasis.
Never again.
Cliffasis.
I was trying to do something fun, and I did not play test it myself.
Look,
It was
look,
fun.
look.
I like the concept. My
Yeah,
brain,
yeah.
I just genuinely was like, what are you
It was
Emphasis is a cool concept, and
7?
I think Brendan Lee Mulligan has used it well. But
Well,
every
it's
time
different
I
when
have
you try to
looked
throw
at
two
it,
different people in
every time I've looked at it, I have said to
Sharing
myself,
emphasis roll.
"That's going to confuse people."
It
Look,
does.
it's
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
go, and that's what matters.
Yep.
17, you said?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Everyone's tucked in. You guys have finished setting up. It's probably the sun's just gone down maybe like 30, 40 minutes ago. You just start to hear people falling asleep, and you hear something climbing up the cliff face.
Is Archeops still flying around above us?
You'll be able to see that Archeops has nested nearby, but is still
Okay,
close.
okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say Archeops was at the top of the cliff, and it may still be, but maybe at the top of a different
I'll
outcropping.
I'll
Not right next to you guys.
peek. Did
second
Archeops
cliff.
roll emphasis?
It can fly.
I want to look over. I'll look over the edge of the cliff, assuming we're still like close enough to.
Yeah.
Well, I can hear it. Yeah.
You don't have dark vision, so
In both this campaign,
you look
and
over, and it is like frightening. Like it's pitch black underneath, but you just hear like the crunching of rock every now and again.
Is Zircon still awake?
No, Zircon would be out with me. We'd be sleeping.
And again, Zircon gives 5 feet of dim light. It's not enough to see down this
Right, yeah, that's
40,
fair.
40, 50 foot.
Unless he uses what is it?
Flash cannon.
Flash cannon.
Yeah.
Then he just blinds everyone.
Mm-hmm. It's like looking into the sun with night vision goggles on.
You told me you're taking second watch, right? I'm gonna let Kip go get Joseph, and I'll wake Joseph up early, and
It's like an hour into the sleep, basically.
Yeah.
Mudkip
fine.
drags
That's where we
Joseph
are.
by the
Right.
collar.
Yeah.
What the hell? What's going on? What's up?
I'll just do like this. I'm not talking,
Yeah.
and then I'll
listen.
point down.
And do I have to roll perception to see?
No,
Can I
now
hear
that
it?
he's pointing it out, every
Yeah.
now and again you hear like a.
What the hell? Uh-huh. So something's out there.
Does it sound? It's like a birhythmic noise.
Also, based on your perception, it sounds similar to when you guys were climbing.
Does it
but
sound like a climbing?
Everything kind of would sound like.
Does
that
it sound
when
like
it's
a
climbing.
child?
I would say not based on the. I mean, it sounds like something, without being able to see or hear. Like, how does a child sound different than anything else climbing up a cliff? You know what I mean?
Can Mudkip?
Unless you rolled a nat 20 on a perception.
I'll just call out and just say, "Hey, who's there?"
Oh, okay.
Okay. You hear back. Yeah, you hear back. It's me.
Oh, you scared the shit out of me, kid.
Yeah, I figured if you guys were doing it, I can't let some outsiders beat me.
Who is that? Kuva.
Yes, it's me and Tyrant.
In the dead of night.
Yeah, get up here. Will you hurry up?
I am. And as you see, like a hand on the
Uh-huh.
top of the cliff, and
I'll
she
just
pulls
reach
herself
out,
up.
I'll grab her and just help
Yeah.
pull up for the rest of the way.
You scared the daylights out of me. Do you
Yeah.
know what it's weird? Do you know how it sounds to just hear in the middle of the night?
We were about
you
to start
you see
blasting.
Tyrant on her hand, and you gather that, and he's like gripped on, like he was like biting
Yeah,
into the
yeah, yeah.
cliffside.
Oh, she's got him like a
Yeah.
like a gauntlet.
Yeah,
It's
to
kinda
help
cool.
her up. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. He's a little noisy,
Mhm.
but I figured you might still be close to being awake. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys just climbed up to the top and
Uh-huh.
finished setting up camp.
That's okay. That's
I couldn't
fair.
sleep knowing that somebody was ahead of me." And she kind of
Uh-huh.
smirks.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're here now.
Yeah, you're lucky
So
we
let's
didn't
all get
shoot
some
you.
rest,
Yeah, I'll set up my stuff. And she begins setting up her stuff.
Uh-huh.
and I'll come wake you up
Okay.
again when
Yeah.
it's time for your.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, just wanted to be prepared a
All
little
right.
bit.
So I suppose we'll just go back to.
Go back to sleep.
Go
Yeah,
back
you
to
didn't lose
sleep,
any.
yeah.
There were no negatives from that.
Got it.
And Kuva kind of sits down next to you, Grayson. So what are you doing here?
Well, initially, I was here to make connections with the clans and basically learn their culture and their ways. Now, we're doing this trial thing for whatever reason. No offense by any means to your culture, but we seem to have more important things at play. Now we are trying to figure out how to take down some kind of entity.
You say you came to make friends with the clan.
Yeah.
Word of the wise, we do refer to ourselves as a tribe. The clan is the Dinto and the Matsuri.
Right, I apologize.
I would also question if you would not take this opportunity to make friends with the tribe, as she gestures below the cliff to like all the tribe members that are here on this trial with you, instead of abandoning us up the cliff, but not get to know us. And make those connections.
Was not. So I was here initially to build diplomatic relationships with the Dinto clan. That's what I meant as far as here.
Okay.
But
at large, the Dinto clan is quite far south.
We've come a long ways.
Okay.
This hike isn't comparable. We're still here to make connections, don't get me wrong, and it's not that we don't want to get to know the tribe and the nomadic ways, but we have more pressing matters at hand that are going to eventually even show up here, and we need to handle that first.
More pressing matters, you say? Where from?
Seishin.
Where is that?
It's along the coast, down on the peninsula in the Dinto clan's region, right? Yes. It's a city that was destroyed, to my understanding, by gods of old whenever they abandoned the Dinto.
One. Yes. We've been told a different story of what happened there.
Well, I know there was some... I know that the storm god...
The rain god.
Was miffed because of the sun warriors? Nope. Yeah? Okay, great. I'm sorry, I'm pulling stuff from my notes in my brain that I have not thought about in a minute.
Not only has it been a while, but we play like once a month, so.
And I know that them trying to stop and prevent the rain was a large cause of that destruction. But if there's something else we haven't been told, I would appreciate being looped in, if you will.
Well, the gods weren't angry. The gods were trying to help. And the people were trying to help. And they just saw that as two different things. Both trying to help in their own way and neither actually helping.
Both were trying to help each other. They were both trying to help themselves and not each other, it sounds like. The rain god wanted rain to persist.
Not necessarily. They were both trying to help the situation at hand. But just in different ways that ended up conflicting with each other.
What situation at hand?
The rain god went to protect the people of Seishin. And so did the sun warriors, you call them? I'm assuming the Dinto clan?
No, I'm sorry. I was talking about the Pokemon that were used... So like Solar Flare to get rid of the...
Sunny Day, but yeah.
Or that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Did I just say Solar Flare?
I think that is a Pokemon move.
That's also a Dragon Ball Z.
I think the Solar Flare. I think is a signature move of Reshiram. So
and also Krillin.
Yeah, and also Krillin. But yeah.
The weakest Pokemon.
Literally.
I don't know the full story, but we have been passed down of it. Whenever it finished, the rain god was quite upset with himself for his failings. He did not bestow any marks for some time. He did not grace us with his presence. And his shame.
He never thought to try to make amends?
He did. He did try. And then they attempted to capture him. In one of those things, she points the thing on at your belt. I'm assuming Mudkip's Pokeball.
Nope. I ain't got no Pokeballs on me.
Oh, you let Mudkip out and left the Pokeball behind?
Yeah,
Okay.
I never put Mudkip in his Pokeball.
Okay.
Or well.
Yeah, that's fair. She'll point to one of the other ones then.
I don't have it either.
He's like,
I know Tater has his.
Tater does have his ball.
yeah, they are quite odd, but they don't seem harmful. As long
The
as
capture devices?
yeah, they don't seem harmful.
To forcefully make someone join you, to have that power, is dangerous.
In the wrong hands, yes, anything is dangerous.
Well, we see it best to not have that in anyone's hands and eliminate the temptation altogether.
I would not disagree
Especially
with you.
seeing how it angered the gods, the people who give us life. Or, sorry, the beings that give us life.
No, that's fair. I know many people that would see it differently, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Well.
Yeah.
Hopefully, whenever I am chief, we will have much diplomatic communications. But for now, I'm going to rest. And she'll...
No need for any exhaustion.
Yeah, and she will... And
As soon
Go
as
to
she's
sleep.
asleep, we're booking it.
And it is getting close to the end of your watch. You can stay up a little bit longer if you want, but...
No, I'll just...
Okay. Gonna wake Joseph up?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right, your turn. I'm going to bed.
All right, Tater Tot, you ready? And I'll just have him just kind of like... He's like looking over the cliff hang, just kind of like scouting out there. And I'll just sit with my feet hanging off, just kind of...
Dangerous man, I like it.
Just
Okay,
watching.
give me a perception check.
Dun, dun, dun.
Uh, 12.
Okay. You're dangling over. You really can't see much.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's dark. You don't have dark vision. You do see a little ways off, though. You know where the Archaeops was sleeping and perched. I'm sure that, you guys were keeping an eye on it. And as you kind of glance over that way, you do kind of see it kind of like picking at itself. It's awake now, too. And as you're just kind of like looking at it, because there's not much else to really look at here, you trust Tater Tot to be keeping good watch over everyone and doing his due diligence to see better. He can float, he can cover more ground, get closer and see things.
Yeah.
You see it, the Archaeops straighten up, and then its eyes go white. As it looks across all of you, it makes eye contact with you, and then it goes back to normal, and it just kind of starts picking at its wing again.
Weird. Anything else happen? He just
Otherwise, your
stares me down
otherwise
and
your
then
watch
goes
is
back to...
uneventful.
Is that foresight?
Huh?
Is it using foresight?
You didn't see it.
I know.
That's a weird
Just
bird.
curious.
That's some weird bird right there.
That bird ain't right.
That's not a bird.
It's self-defense.
That's the Archaeops, brother.
And if you're not doing anything else, then your rest passes
Yep.
uneventfully.
Cool.
Hell yeah. You be sleepy.
Okay. Everyone wakes up. Hit the long rest button. I know Zircon took some damage.
Yeah.
My long rest button doesn't work.
What?
You have to like.
I didn't take any damage, but when I press it, it
You have
gives
to
me...
authorize.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I
Yeah.
already authorized it to use Alex's sheet.
It said that I shouldn't trust you.
You should trust
because
him.
it said that it said it's probably a virus.
You absolutely should not trust him.
Yeah, it tells me authorization required.
He's
Yeah.
the DM.
But it's okay, we can worry about that later.
Yeah. But anyway, what are you guys doing? As you guys wake up, and I'll say as you get close to the end of your watch,
Yeah.
Kuva's up and packing up before the rest of them kind of naturally wake up.
Kuva,
Yes.
have you heard of the shadow government?
Jesus Christ.
I've heard of a shadow and I've heard of a government, but not a shadow government.
What do you know about them?
I haven't heard of them.
Okay, so remember that thing we talked about last night in Syshen? I think that's what he's referring to as the shadow government, but we're not sure. We're not too sure either.
He thinks the people of Syshen were a shadow government?
No, the entity that lives in Syshen.
Is a government. So it's a group of people.
No.
It is a group, not a government.
I wouldn't look too far into it.
Okay.
Yep, that exactly. Yep, there you go.
You'll get a headache.
Come along, Tyrant, as she turns.
Yeah.
Starts.
Good. She learns well. She's
Right.
Unless you want to stop her and pick her brain more about it.
She said no.
She said no.
and we have
And
all
we know what
learned-
that means.
Yes, we have.
We've all learned.
This is an educational stream.
Yeah.
Everyone.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex, can you clip in a rainbow in between that?
No. And I mean that.
So as you guys are packing up, you hear again scurrying along the cliffside, and you see someone frantically peering, getting to the top of the cliff, and it's not who you would have expected, or maybe it is, but it's that girl that was following you guys. As she's looks a little relieved to see you all just kind of at the top of the cliff, and she kind of goes back, gets the rest of the way up, and kind of brushing herself off,
Looking
and
for
pretending
something?
to make sure all of her stuff is together. I'm just making sure I didn't drop anything. I climbed up a little fast. I'm afraid of heights.
You know, it's okay to tell us that we're sent to watch us.
I wasn't sent to watch you.
You're a weird kid.
Give me an insight check.
Is your Pokemon fine?
Yes, yes. The higher altitude provides more moisture, so yes, she's fine.
Good.
13.
She's telling the truth. She was not sent to watch you.
Mm-hmm. You seem nervous.
Like constantly.
It's a big day for a lot of us. Some people are confident, and she kind of points to Kuva, who's now kind of a dot in the distance.
That girl moves fast.
Yeah, and other of us are nervous to meet the gods.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
So have all the other kids passed us by this point, or is this kid exceptionally early in the pack?
There's kids who have climbed
Okay,
the
so it
cliff
wasn't
or are
just-
making their ways
yeah, yeah.
around the cliff.
So
Now
it
that you're at the
wasn't-
top
Yeah.
and you can see
Right.
left is the shorter path, and a lot of them are making their way left. There's one guy making his way right, and
Yeah.
he's the one with the shield on.
Yeah.
Can I drop a rope and kind of go, feel free to use it?
Yeah, you drop the rope, and as you do, you hear doof, and you all kind of shake for a second, and you look just a little bit over, and there's Onyx has buried his face in the side of the cliff as the kid is climbing up the back of it.
He just uses himself as a ladder.
I thought you were telling me Onyx tried to use the rope.
and pulled you off. No, and then some other kids are climbing up Onyx's back too, and you're like, oh, I guess they don't need this. You can leave it if you want, but yeah.
Wouldn't climbing an onyx be the same as climbing the cliff anyway?
He's at a cliff. Onyx.
Yeah,
cliff.
I'm thinking
Onyx.
like an airplane slide.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good. Instead of using my arm to try and describe it,
That's what I was
it's
like.
a better. Yeah.
Well, we don't want to fall too far behind.
Let us go.
Yep. Let's move it.
Let us leave.
And similarly, as you guys kind of start to go, the little girl starts to follow you. And I will say though, what was your insight again?
13.
13.
Yeah, 11 plus 2.
You gather that this person that's following you that you've not asked her name yet, is
This is that weird kid.
doesn't get out much. Based on your insight check, her skin complexion is noticeably lighter, whereas everyone else is like a very dark, sun-tanned complexion from being out all of the time. Hers is a little bit lighter, definitely darker than yours, but a little bit lighter than the rest of her peers.
We definitely need sunblock. What tattoo do you intend on asking the gods for?
I don't know, something badass, like a skull or something.
I want one of those fancy S's.
Oh, that would be cool.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Presnick, roll me a D3 if you have a D6 if you don't have it.
You think the gods will do like a mom? and
Oh, I have a D3.
I was like, I don't have my dice. Huh?
classic ones.
That's a 1.
Reroll.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no.
A 2.
Okay.
And a 3.
3.
I forgot about the count.
As you guys are talking about the tattoo, you see a kid kind of jog up, and he's like, "You don't get to pick. You think if we got to pick that it? What? No.
Hey, mind your business, kid.
I've talked to other gods before. They actually said you do get to pick. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure
Well,
where you're getting
everyone
your
in the village
information
has
from.
gotten one before, and you don't get to pick.
Actually, you do get to pick.
Give me a persuasion check. Either one of you and whoever
I'm
does
just
it.
like getting into
You can
it
both
with a
roll, or
child.
one of you
Yeah.
can roll with advantage.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I'll go for it. What are we doing? Persuasion?
yeah.
15.
Or deception if you're trying to
19.
lie.
This
but-
kid.
Oh,
running
well, I
by.
am
What-
definitely lying. So
What
13.
Pokemon do they have?
This is the one that's got the little blue creature with the hard carapace on the top. That's not a Cranidos.
Okay.
I got a 19.
And it's not a Heracross.
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, well, if we get to pick, then me
Yeah.
and Bagon, we're picking the mark of the wind
Yeah, you do get to pick.
because he's gonna fly. No Bagon has ever flown before, but he's gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Sure, kid.
And Bagon's like, rah, rah. He's like, oh, you tell me we get. I'm sorry, we get to pick. You hear that, Bagon? We get to pick.
You get to pick.
We're getting wings.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want a tattoo of your Bagon?
No. We that would be cool, but he can already do Bagon things. We both want to fly.
Oh, well, good luck.
Thanks. Most Bagons they evolve into they get the mark of the boulder because they're good at defending, but mark of the wind and he could fly. To feel that freedom as he turns around and the wind is blowing a little bit harder on the cliff here, and he's just like feeling it in his face. And he
gets
takes a
blown
second.
up.
He goes, "Oh wait!" And he turns around and you barely see Kuva as he's like, "Oh, I gotta go!" And he just starts running. I'm not gonna let her beat
Full
me.
sprint.
As he's
You only get to pick if you're first.
Yeah.
as he starts sprinting ahead.
Losers don't pick.
And you guys actually see him start to slip
Oh no.
and catch he picks himself back up, and Bagon kind of like nudges him back up onto his feet as they're running through. As you gather that
I do hope he wins.
the ground ahead, now that
Like
there's
that
no
kid.
more foliage, is filled with loose rock.
Okay.
Cool.
I am climbing atop Zircon and floating above the loose rock.
Okay, roll me your ride on Zircon check.
You get thrown off the mountain.
Yeah, he just added that stat for you in there.
Oh yeah, look at
Right on
that.
Zircon
Oh, a
check, yeah.
plus 20. That's so generous. Thank you.
That
It's
is.
a minus 20 actually. If you're gonna
8
play that game.
eight for Zircon, 14 for me.
Sam said you want to level
Okay, yeah. You're able to do it. Still, DC's getting lower each time. You're practicing. You even kind of veered him around. You were hanging your feet, so it wasn't have your full weight, so I didn't make you roll the check, but it was good practice. For Zircon, you're able to ride him no problem. He still can't quite attack with you on his back, but
Right.
he
Cool.
can move more freely. He doesn't have to stay rigid.
This loose gravel feels suspicious, and I saw some of the others like slip on it. I just want to, keep us in good shape.
It's at this point that I'm going to have you guys do the thing that I forgot to have you guys do all of last session and almost all of this session. You three, roll me a D100.
Ah!
You know,
Unless it's a good thing.
You, and
Oh,
you.
why?
Oh. Here, look. Yes.
I got it. I got mine. You go.
So, I think the last time that I was here,
Nice.
my girlfriend was watching the stream, and she told me, I don't like the voice you do for Lucky. It's too close. It's too close to Goofy.
It is, yeah.
77.
Okay.
31.
Okay.
81.
Okay. And you continue up the rocks.
Great.
He didn't have to roll because he's God.
He already knows.
He's the
Not
sire.
because he's God. But he does already know because he's God.
Are you the shadow government?
No. For those of you at home, if you don't remember, these three have eggs.
Oh, I didn't remember.
Ah!
Oh my God! Yeah.
I forgot.
I did forget.
I've been
Terrible
forgetting to have
parents.
you guys roll for it.
So should we roll again?
Terrible parents.
No, I'm tripling that number.
Oh.
I'm counting it for 3 days. Unless, if you really want to, we can roll off camera. But
No, I'm joking.
No, I'm gonna take that
joking.
81
It's
I'll
fine.
take a 70. I'll take a 77. I'm good with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did we get those eggs from?
We're awful.
From
we
the
weren't
game
here.
show
Yeah,
thing.
from the game show.
Yeah.
We bought them.
They bought it from the game show.
Game
Now,
show.
I remember.
We are awful.
I believe
You were really quiet that day, Grayson.
you weren't very helpful during the game show. Okay. So you guys make your way ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Downtown.
The rock is loose. How are you approaching this?
Yeah, I'm still riding.
Oh yeah, sorry. You said you're riding Zircon.
Are they like big rocks, or is it like we're talking like gravel
Think like
road
little,
rocks?
yeah, small rocks. You would step with 1 foot fall. You would step on probably like anywhere from like 5 to 20. That's about the size of the rocks.
Can Mudkip? What are those things? A tiller?
Mm-hmm.
Can Mudkip use dig and till the ground in front of me, to where the like rocks are being turned into the dirt, and I'm just like walking on dirt basically?
Until it hits
To
the
a
geo.
degree.
It is very hard rock, and like there's no dirt, so that's the other
Oh
thing too.
wait, we are on a
It's
mountain.
rock mountain.
Yeah.
Can you
rock
just, like,
rocks. You can use rock smash.
Can you just
but
like
might just make
pressure
more loose
wash
rocks.
them out of the way?
Nah.
Like just like water gun, just
Yeah,
The power wash.
I was gonna say either that or like if rain dance is definitely not gonna help. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll power wash. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Use hydro pump. Okay. I'll say that does clear most of the rocks. There's still some. You still have to watch your footing, but
Yep.
it's much easier to climb through. And even if you make a mistake, it's not like gonna compound. Okay. You following in his footsteps as you did up the mountain.
jogging along.
We will walk.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was more to that sentence. Are you gonna follow Grayson?
No.
You're gonna make your own path.
We will walk the rocks.
He's gonna build a bridge.
Oh, okay,
with
okay.
Alucha.
So then, from you and you alone, they got to roll D100s. I need a acrobatics check from you, or your very acrobatic Nacho.
Oh, why did I roll 2 dice? That was
I said
weird.
or.
Or?
Yeah.
I should have rolled 1.
Yeah. You can re-roll just 1 dice.
Oh. These were good. Oh. 15.
With the modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make it through the rocks. You do have to take it a little bit slow. Your group would have to wait for you probably an hour for you to catch up with them once they made it through this large section of loose rocks
An hour.
and rest. I mean, it's a large. I mean,
No,
by the
yeah,
time you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
are through, it's like noon. Like this is a large portion.
It's the
of mountain.
realization that it was that long. I was like,
Yeah.
Kip's just pumping water
We're just in-
for an
yeah.
hour straight. You get to the end, he's all
Mudkip.
shriveled up. Kill me.
And it's at this point you guys make it through, and there's a chill in the air now. It's
Yeah, we're
it's
getting cold.
It's gotten
Yeah.
very cold.
Uh-huh.
You guys turn back around and like you cannot see the trees anymore. You can't see the cliff you came from. There's a lot of clouds. You're above a lot of them. You're in some of them. It's kind of misty. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
You press forward a little bit more, and you start to hear this like crunch under your feet. And as you look down, you realize it's not a misty cloud that you're seeing in front of you, but snow across the ground. It is quite cold now as it gets into nighttime on the second day of your journey to the top. And as you think about what might be waiting for you up there, what kind of skulls the gods might be able to give you in your tattoos, what they might look like, will you get a mark of the wind, mark of the boulder, or something else
Kind of want
entirely?
some hot rod flames.
That
I'll be a
is where
chief.
we're going to end it.
Woo!
All right.
Let's do this.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us during our Pokemon stream. Catch us in about a month from now. We usually run this every 4 sessions.
Yeah, I mean, so the next start of... We typically try to do like the start of the month. The next start of the month would be April 3rd, so either that week or the week after, I think.
Okay.
This would kind of fall to be 3 or 4 sessions between this one.
Perfect. In the meantime, make sure to check out the next several sessions, which will contain a surprise that I alluded to in our main campaign. Starting next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Come hang out with us. Get yourself some beard oil in the meantime from our friends at Tabletop Beard. Link is in the description. Use code CHAOS20 for 20% off at checkout. And check out our friends over at Darkport. Catch up with their campaign. And
Learn from our mistakes. Do better about rolls with emphasis.
until next time, go out there and make some chaos. Bye.
Bye.